Hi, hello. How's it going? Hey, Maria. Yeah, you're first. I wasn't sure if I was gonna actually do an extra stream for this, but I just like I feel so dumb that I was so slow yesterday getting through this game and like getting through this chapter that we could just barely get to the beginning of the mystery labyrinth before I had to go. So I am excited to figure out what's going on here because I have my predictions. I think I know who did it. I am like fairly confident that I know who the killer is, but I don't know for sure. And I'm knowing these games, I'm sure I'm way off, but I will be confidently wrong if that is entertaining enough. Yeah, I think we'll just get started. Also, like I literally like paused at the end of the last stream and then came right back. Like, did not turn off my Switch or anything really since then. Just put it to sleep. Also, I'm trying to get in the habit of doing more early in the day streams anyways. There have been a bunch of people who've told me that they can't make it to these streams if they're happening late because they're in Europe or whatever and they start at 4 a.m. for them.
What should I do? I'll need to explain everything, won't I?
We don't have much of a choice now. No point in keeping secrets here.
Also, plus I think the Spike Chunsoft video is probably going to end up winning
Let me
the
explain.
poll for the next thing, so I need to get through these games fast. Hey Steph, how's it going? How's your day been?
And
I don't know if you can
that's
tell
how
from my
this
voice,
mystery labyrinth involving the Nailman killings materialized.
Hey Fossil. Absolute fucking menace. Record time getting that done. No, I'm not. I guess I'll just pause it so I don't talk over this. But no, so the reason why yesterday's stream I couldn't get this done was because it's my dad's birthday on the 4th of July, which is more important than America's birthday. Also I'm not American anyways. But I will still talk shit. Yeah, he's gay. Always. It is a true sickness. Being attracted to men is an illness for sure. But yeah, no, I was with my family, and my family my family is like me in the ways that they are willing to get heated about a topic, and so I basically from like whatever it was, like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock until like midnight, was like just talking with them and getting very passionate and excited and yelling and all this fun stuff in like a good way. It's fun to talk with family and stuff about that stuff. But it does slightly fry my voice. But I also like it. I think my voice sounds good when it's a little bit fried.
I see. So mystery labyrinths are materialization of mysteries themselves.
Italian.
And the truth is encased
Something
deep
like that.
within.
My family is actually like...
I appear to have
we're all
underestimated
over the
you.
place, I guess.
This is an amazing
Yeah, this is an
forte.
Italiophobic space. I'm so sorry.
I must admit, it's quite a superhuman power.
Also, yeah, Steph,
As
that
far
sounds
as
miserable.
know, no other ability
I'm so glad.
comes
Like, I built
close
my
to this.
PC right at the start of the pandemic, and all I've done to it is added in a new
I refuse to
CPU
think you're just a
and some extra
trainee
RAM.
detective.
and I don't want to have to do anything else.
To be honest, this isn't my ability.
I don't know what that is, Fossil. I am
Before
simply
you
a little
continue,
guy playing his video
tell me,
games.
Who is that woman beside you?
Her name is Shinigami. I think the simplest way to describe her is that she's a guide for the Mystery Labyrinth.
That's me!
Also, I keep track of the water that I drink.
Scary cute mentor.
I have a little app on my watch that I
On to my
use. I'm
next
having deja
question.
vu. This is gross. Oh, poor
Just gonna
baby.
ignore me?
You mentioned the Nailman case just now. I
I'm
had
also
heard the
ignoring you,
rumors
Shinigami. I'm
about
so
that
sorry.
around town. Why
I don't
are
drink
you
more water.
investigating that case?
Huh? What are you talking about?
But yeah, I had
We
my
were just investigating
Hey,
the
Viscous.
Nailman case
How's it going?
together.
It's 5 pre-builds forever. Yeah, no,
Man.
I don't want to. I
We
can't even
were
bring myself to
pursuing
like.
that case together.
I don't even want to bring myself to like set up my I don't have a stream bot because I'm an idiot like for chat. I don't have a Discord yet because I'm lazy. It's miserable. Who's getting Italian Luigi? Yes, Luigi is for Bowser, of course. We've all established this. But yeah, I because on stream yesterday I was drinking just the most
You don't
water.
remember?
No, you're being a
There was a
stream
young
bot. I'm
boy
a
who
different thing,
wanted to
Fossil.
hire a detective, and you turned him down.
But
I do remember you received a request from a child about some
What is it?
case. and you ended up seeking my
I'll do a
help.
little dance. Love that for
The
you.
cost for hiring me was 5,500,000.
Yeah, I drank all that water on stream because I kept getting hydration requests and I was so dehydrated yesterday. I don't know why. It was like 140 something ounces of water yesterday altogether, and I like mentioned it to my mom because I was making a joke like, haha, I had to keep running to the bathroom during stream, like I think I'm dying. And my mom was like, why are you drinking that much water? You're supposed to drink like 8 glasses a day. A glass is not... And I was like, no you don't. That's always been a lie. Just drink water.
Could that be?
I mean, it can be unhealthy at a certain point, but you have to like be
The mystery
drinking
labyrinth is a fortress
absolute
protecting
buckets.
the truth, so outsiders
I
usually can't reach it.
just am dehydrated.
If someone did happen to wander in, their memories of the case would be locked away. Though, if you have a
interesting.
pact with me, you wouldn't be affected.
So yeah, just because I was talking over it. She can't remember what's happened in the investigation because the Mystery Labyrinth, even though she's in it, the Mystery Labyrinth exists as part of a contract between
But
Shinigami
I guess
and
that
our
part
character
of the
Yuma.
pact can't be shared.
You might have to drink water too. Yes, drink
This
your water,
is the
Steffi.
Mystery Labyrinth's defense mechanism, then. It makes sense for a vault.
Honestly,
that
streaming is a
protects
great
its
way to make sure that
treasure.
you are still drinking
Truth.
water because you can just set up that
So you
hydration
have a
regime
significant
and
level of
push
security.
that responsibility onto other people.
Yep, totally not strange at all. Halara here sure is smart.
Halara.
Oh, don't mind her. She gives people random nicknames.
Anyway, since
Part
my
of the miserable
memories of the case
streaming
have
on
been
YouTube is
taken
that they don't
away,
have those kind of point
I will
games. It's
provide a
sad.
supporting role for your investigation.
Oh, she's just gonna continue being my assistant. Love that for her.
As long as we're in here, I will act as your assistant. Well, that's the same as our original agreement.
That means we can't rely on Halara's detective skills to blast through this dungeon.
Oh yeah, because she said she like knew who it
It's
is.
unfortunate, but it's still nice to have an ally.
Hey, Master.
I'm sure they probably will. I think
before
it's
we
just
head
like
into the mystery labyrinth.
I think the reason why they don't have channel points and stuff like
Let's
that
do that
already
thing.
is because they
Huh?
don't.
What?
I think it's
thing?
mostly because they don't understand how to like convert that over to
Master,
like regular
are
YouTube
you ready
videos.
to give your life for the truth?
Yeah, I am.
I love Shinigami so much. And the fact that Yuma has like just has this shocked, startled expression on his face at all times. Oh wait, we have to. I forgot that this is how the sword works. This stupid game, I love it so much. Her memories did get biblically deep, or
Well,
biblically accurately deep
This
fried,
world
yes.
is just full of surprises. I assume that sword is used to cut down enemies interfering with your progress through the mystery labyrinth.
You're right. It's a special sword that can interact with things here.
I better materialize the solution keys I got during the investigation, too.
Oh right, we have to do this. It's been, I mean, it's only been like 4 or 5 days since I actually did the last Mystery Labyrinth, but a lot has happened since then, so I kind of forgot. My dog picks up so much protein.
Do you have to vomit them out every...
Sorry,
Should use a
please,
different hole
don't
instead,
mind
is
her.
what she said. I'm glad we skipped a little bit. What a gay little character. Holy crap, sorry.
Alright, we're all
Yeah, exactly.
set.
Look, this is the thing. This is why I think that Yuma is just
Now, let's
very
unveil this
fruity.
mystery
Because
labyrinth.
man is
Our
like,
target is the true culprit who preys on the truth.
especially given the tone of these games in general, the alternative is to be like Date. And if he's not, and also Date is also fruity. That's a different story. Please laugh. My brain worked really hard to type this.
I
sentence.
understand that
Ha ha
progressing
ha
through
ha
this
ha.
mystery
Awesome.
labyrinth
Awesome.
will allow us to obtain the truth.
Also, he didn't pull the sword out of her boobs.
But
He pulled the
what
sword out of her
happens to
mouth.
us if we can't find it?
We'd be lost, wandering around here forever.
But as long as we reach the truth, it doesn't matter how much time
I
we
don't really
spend
get what
here.
that symbol on the back of her hood is supposed to
I
mean.
forgot to mention this, but there's a time limit for
It's the
solving
Crash
the mystery
Bandicoot
labyrinth.
music.
Oh, what?
There's a limit to how long you can stay in here. stick around too long,
Oh, I
your
guess the stream will be a
soul
short
leave your
stream
body
because
behind.
we have an actual time
Your
limit.
soul will wander until it's eventually absorbed by the mystery labyrinth. And
All of us
you
are in the
vanish
gutter, but some of us are
entirely.
looking up at the stars.
In other words, you die.
Why are you laughing? You should have told me this a long time ago.
Oh,
Or Yuma.
relax, quit whining. A detective is bound to die anyway. Isn't that right, Hellara?
What?
It's no different from our usual line of work. A detective's life is always on the line.
See? Listen up, Master. You might learn something.
You're taking this awfully well, Halara.
Like, is this not Crash Bandicoot? Also, I think I'm supposed to be running forward that whole time. I'm not a smart man. I keep forgetting that that's how this works. It's fine. We get to the door at the same speed either way. Whatever you can do. Same fossil. I'm still torn up about that. I mean, it was only like 2 days ago, but it's really
What's
devastating
this?
to me. Poor man. Does it mean Date's bisexual?
They seem to represent the four
No
crime
idea.
scenes. I assume that solving all four will allow us to progress.
Oh, this is a fun vibe.
Oh, I see.
It's the Jake Paul experience.
You
Or is it
see,
Jake Paul or Logan
Master,
Paul?
This is your job. So what's first?
I
How
still
about
genuinely
starting
can't tell
with
them
the clock
apart.
tower, since it was the first one you investigated?
If the numbers are set chronologically, then the clock tower would be the fourth locked room mystery.
I don't like that the doll is twitching. Like, you can look at it, like... I'm not having fun.
Are you going to the
Oh god, she talks. Yeah, sure, let's go to the fourth locked room. Ba-ba-da-da. Do they worship the dolls?
This is an exact replica of the clock tower crime scene. Shinigami, you didn't recreate it with your powers, did you?
No, I can only do that when I hit you so hard in the head you almost died.
Right,
Looks
yes.
to me like the crime scene materialized in the labyrinth on its own.
The fourth locked room is the latest chronologically, correct?
That's right. And this is also what got me involved in the Nailman killings.
What are the details of the case? Try to tell me as concisely
Why
as
did she never investigate this?
The crime was a locked room murder inside the storage room of a clock tower. In the middle of the room was a woman's corpse covered in countless nails.
Which means that's the corpse.
Yeah, there were also lots of dolls nailed to the walls. It looked just like one of those bizarre crime scenes.
Yeah, I know she didn't want to take on the case. Oh yeah.
Nailman guy from the urban
For people who
legend.
missed the last stream, Halara was initially requested
And
to
the
take on this
Nailman
case, and the
killings.
child was like, she was like, I'll do it if you pay me. And the kid was like, I'm a child. I can give you this baseball. It has a lot of sentimental value. And she's like, that's fucking stupid and I hate you. I'm leaving. So now we've taken
From
on
the
like
look
several
of it,
million yen worth of
the
debt
door
to get
was
her to do
locked
this on
from
as our
inside.
assistant.
Yeah, it was locked until the body was discovered.
There's only one window, and its shutters were down as well. I see. So the shutters were locked too.
This is the third
Yes.
floor of the clock tower. It's too high up to jump from here.
So it really is a locked room mystery.
Hey, if this is a locked room,
Yuma
aren't
is in a
we
great
stuck
deal
in
of
here
debt,
too?
yes. He's gonna have to go to check hunters to get his way out.
Oh no! Master! You're trapped unless you solve this mystery! Otherwise, you'll run out of time and your soul gets snuffed out! You better hurry!
Hey HP, how's it going? Uh-oh. Bye, Yuma. God, that is the... Where did the culprit flee from?
I see. So that's how to make the questions appear.
I'm surprised you're so calm after seeing that.
Lara's like, yeah, I've seen so many people get stabbed in the neck before. Bot selection. Where did the culprit flee from? I think they left through the door. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess they did not leave through the door. Fuck me.
Even though it was locked from the inside,
But they could
I
have...
doubt the culprit escaped through the door.
No, because we... Okay, I guess on this one we don't have the rope. We cannot escape through the door. In some of these, I think they did escape through the door, but this one, yeah, it probably was the window. Because they had the...
It has to be here.
It is, yeah, Live 2D is an experience to learn. I think the thing is, like, if I ever had to try and re-rig my model, I don't know if I could. I'd have to relearn it all again. There's so much going on.
When I arrived at the scene, the window shutters were closed. It
Probably
was
shouldn't have
wet
tried to-
underneath the window,
I shouldn't have tried to, like,
tell it was
outsmart this
already
thing this
starting to
early.
dry.
Which means the window is
Not that it was
open
being
not
smart
too
to say the
long
wrong
ago.
thing, but, like,
It's likely the culprit
I think it's going to be a
escaped
later one
through
where it
the
has to be
window
an issue.
and closed the shutters on the way out.
Is it possible to close the shutters from the outside?
Yes, this style of shutter automatically locks, so if you let go of the shutters at the right height, its momentum pulls it down. And once down, it locks all on its own. In other words, the culprit held up the shutters while moving outside.
Also, HP, I don't know if you're already
As
at the
they
hair
let go,
of what
it
you're
automatically
rigging, but, like...
locked.
Hold on, I can't really make... I don't know, I fucked up the rigging on mine, so, like, it doesn't... For whatever reason, when I move side to side, the hair doesn't really move, but, like, if I, like, twist my head, then the hair seems to react more. But, like, have fun with that. That part is a
Let's try
nightmare.
leaving this locked room in the same way.
Right, let's try it.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
The Nailman killings have already been solved.
Is he that peacekeeper?
It's a mystery
Bot boy
phantom!
into the hair.
People covering up the case in the real world are manifested like that here to stop us!
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people who are doing live TV are people who aren't super great animators. Yes, Check Hunter. Check Hunter is a law that prevents people from hunting the European making common answer. Exactly, fossil. But we're doing education here. But yeah, I think, like, the thing is also, a lot of the people who are doing it are people who are not coming at it from animation, and also people who are, they're trying to teach people who are not
If you fall,
animation
you
experts.
die.
So it
Why
kind of
don't
creates
you
like a
give it
complicated,
try?
it's unpleasant dynamics running into each other with that sort of stuff. Uh-oh.
Hey, don't drag me down with you!
We can't leave a guest behind, Hallara. It would be downright unmannerly.
Yeah, I do eventually someday want to like pay for a proper rigger to like go back over my model and like rig it properly. Dealing with continuous attacks. Press the correct button when you think you have the correct answer to the questions the mystery phantom throws at you.
Yes, my
Attacks are going to keep coming, but be careful, you'll take damage if you
Master.
avoid all assailing attacks.
Yuma, the mystery labyrinth is a manifestation of a mystery. So solving it will get us out of this, right?
I think...
The culprit wouldn't have fallen out of the window like we did. They would need a tool to get up and down.
Also, I guess with my hair, I kind of fucked it up where, like, or I did it differently because my hair, like, each one of these little strands is, like, its own segment. And each one of them also has a shadow attached to it. So, like, each one of them is rigged separately to have, like, their furthest right, or their furthest to one side, furthest to the other side, like, physics. And they're all attached to different pendulums, like, have different amounts of movement and all that.
You should have found something
So there are
during
a
the
lot of different-
investigation.
I don't know if there's a
I
lot
was
of different
helping
ones around
you,
with
after
that.
all. You must have seen the answer with your own eyes. Try to remember.
Master, concentrate.
What the culprit used to escape from the high location. No, that's the wrong thing. Isn't it? No, that's the right thing. I know.
That's it! We found the
I
burnt
guess it was
remains
that.
of that rope in the incinerator at the church.
Hey, hero. I'm so glad that you used that, able to highlight that one. We're trying. There's a dead body in the clock tower. I'm trying to find an answer for it, and this is what we're discussing. No, I can't. I mean, can slightly relate, but that's just because I have a fat ass. Anyways, how's it going, hero?
The culprit had used that rope to escape through the window.
What traces did using the rope leave behind? It was the strands of thread on the... Yes.
I can't dodge
Oh,
it!
no, that... Wait. Marks on the $2. Wasn't that it? Is it? Oh, it's just gonna be the water on there, isn't it? And wet floor? No. I am simply bad. Good lunch, I'm not even really bad. I'm glad you were too. I hope you had a good lunch. I am not a smart man. I'm gonna keep fucking this one up, aren't I? I should see what all the answers are. Okay, it's not wet floor. Shutter structure. Oh, it's footprints, isn't it? Wait, no, I pressed Y on that one before, and it said it was the wrong one. Okay, I guess that must be... Because that was what I thought it was, but then I thought that it... Maybe I just pressed it too late. That's probably what happened there. Let's try again. Okay, so that's the problem there. I did have the right idea in the first place, but...
The nail that was stuck in the doll under
I guess I
the
just
window
pressed it
had
too late and it
some
said that I was
rub
wrong.
marks on it.
It was mid. I mean, I haven't eaten yet
The
today.
culprit must have tied the rope there.
I should probably go do that after this,
That's
but I'm
why
hoping
those
the
nails
stream
have
won't be
been hammered in below
too
the
long.
window.
Oh, hey
It
Scarlight,
wouldn't be
how's it
possible
going?
to climb down a rope simply hooked onto a window, unless you've had special training for it. There's no way an amateur could manage it. That can't be how things went down.
No, you can do it.
In that
What?
case, it couldn't have been an
I
ordinary
just built
rope.
different. I could do it.
It must have been...
It was a ladder.
What's that? I can't hear you!
Where were the rope's burnt remains originally? It was a rope ladder.
Don't
Safety
worry,
line,
I'm
rope
right
ladder.
here with you.
Yeah.
In spirit anyway.
Oh, that's fun, Fossil. Yesterday we did like chicken tacos for my dad's birthday, and it was delicious. We had them with like feta cheese, which I don't think I've ever had tacos, especially not chicken tacos with just feta cheese before. It was really good.
Ow.
Not authentic tacos though. But to be fair, we're in rural Alberta. We're not cooking.
Yuma, are you okay?
We're getting authentic Mexican food out here, honestly.
Yeah.
You can get like
thanks.
surprisingly good like Vietnamese
saved
food
me,
though in a lot of
Laura.
these communities. There's a lot of like Vietnamese people who've buy instead of just the most
Correct.
delicious
It's all
restaurants.
thanks to me. Money well spent, no?
Well, it was a lot of money.
Come on! Are you two just gonna keep staring at each other all day? Let's get out of this locked room!
I
Right.
still love Laura. She's so
So
pretty.
this is the rope ladder in question. It certainly would help you escape.
Yeah, that's true. It you kind of can't fuck it up. I used to make like, I used to make a really good like, just
The
shredded
details of
barbecue
the
sandwich when I
case
was
are
drunk and
still
lazy that I would just like
unclear to me.
put in a burger bun.
Was
I just
this
like put it in a
found in
pressure
the
cooker with a
church's
shitload of
incinerator?
barbecue sauce and like a little bit of water so that I can, you know, dehydrate the chicken.
That's right. It didn't
then I would
concern
shred
me
it,
at
and
the
it was
time,
so
but
good.
it makes sense now. The rope can be folded in the middle, and then the ends can be connected together.
Oh, I thought they lost the other
And
side of
that's
the
how
rope.
they made a rope ladder.
What makes you so sure it was used here?
The nail under the window showed signs of friction from a rope, and had some yellow fibers on it.
Excuse me.
A clergy member showed
I
me
don't know
the
why I
ropes
thought there were two
burnt
separate ropes.
remains.
Like there's some threads, and I guess I
noticed it
just
was the
interpret that as that
same
being like a
yellow
separate kind of
color.
rope. But
And there were
I think they
footprints
did
on the
just use this
ground
one kind of
below
rope to get
the
everything
window
out.
of the clock tower, facing the wall. Thinking
That
about
sounds
it
delicious,
now,
Fossil.
these were clearly signs that someone climbed down the rope ladder and landed there.
Wait, wasn't the rope ladder hitched on that nail? How did they get it down from the bottom?
The culprit could have cut it one rung at a time as they descended. By the time they reached the bottom,
Yeah. Then it'd just be one piece
it
and they
would
could
have
just
been one long
yank it through.
single rope, which they could easily
A
pull
reverse
down.
Rapunzel.
The window's shutters
damn it.
fell due to its weight and locked
Insane.
automatically.
But goddamn.
Complete.
Yep, that's a stellar deduction. Major props.
I don't know why I said originally that it was out the door, but yeah.
To
This,
me for training you!
cause yeah, because I literally had figured out that it was a rope ladder earlier, and then I was like, oh, but what if it was outside the door, actually? God, I am not... Uh-oh.
The culprit used that rope
I will say,
ladder to
Seth's
escape
transformation
the
is
clock
not as
tower.
good as Zilch's was. Zilch's
What
transformation
of
was very
it?
cute. This is something else. How much protein intake I need.
That doesn't
The more the merrier,
change
Fossil.
our verdict at all. The watchmaker is the culprit.
Master,
Oh yeah, didn't they find him
don't
behind the
kill mystery
church?
Santa blocking your path!
Yeah.
Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. I used to work in a smoothie shop, and I would always they had like a protein infusion that you could put in that you'd have to pay for, but since I worked there, I was like, no, I'm just gonna make myself 3 smoothies that would cost $40. They were delicious smoothies. Clock Tower, Fear of Heights. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be Fear of Heights.
These deductions of yours are
God, it's been a minute.
unnecessary. It's clear who the culprit is. The watchmaker was nearby at the time of the crime.
Yes.
The watchmaker was also at the scene. And he had a hammer for the nails.
Ba, ba,
In other
ba.
words, he committed the crime. After committing the crime, just as you deduced, he created that locked room.
Oh.
Say,
Okay, yeah, the locker room was created. Yeah, it said he was on the ladder side. That was me being dumb.
These deductions of yours are unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's
Honestly,
clear
like
who
legitimately with
the
any sort of
culprit
fitness stuff,
is.
getting the right amount of protein is the worst.
The
because
watchmaker was
like,
nearby at the time of the crime.
it always feels like when you're trying to cut a little bit, you end up in a
The
position where like
watchmaker was also at the scene.
everything has far more protein than you're expecting or whatever. But also when you're,
And he had a hammer for the
oh
nails.
god, when you're
In
trying to
other
bulk up a
words,
little
he
bit,
committed the crime.
you end up realizing
After
like
committing the crime.
just how much of an
Just as
absurd
you
amount of protein.
deduced, he created that locked room and escaped via the rope ladder.
There we go. It was silly of me, that mistake. I love this as like a twist on the non-stop debate format. I think this works so
Watchmaker
well.
is afraid of heights. He couldn't even look out the windows as he went up the tower. No way he climbed a rope ladder that high up. So it's impossible for him to have committed the crime. He's not the Nailman.
Nailman is such a funny like player name. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, no, like that's the thing too. I feel like it's really easy once you start on a fitness journey, like to quickly spiral into a bit of an like
You said
disordered
these
eating
mystery
situation,
phantoms try to cover
which
up
like
the
I've been
case,
there, not
right?
fun. Like
Which
you do have
means
to
the
kind of
peacekeeper Seth is
You're
trying
making
to do
completely
just
insane and
that.
really also, yeah, like especially with like if you're trying to lose weight, it's so easy to fall into it because like 2 pounds a week is the healthy amount, and even that's like pushing it a bit, especially if you're already like relatively lean. Like it's so easy to get in the place where it's like, oh, but if I cut even a few more calories, then I could lose 3 or 4, and I need to lose 10, 20, 30, so I'll just keep cutting, and then all of a sudden you're like,
Perhaps it is
oh shit,
connected
I
to
am like
Con
actually
Inor's
starving to death and this
ultimate
is bad, and then
secret.
like
All the more reason to seize the truth. Let's go.
Right.
it's
Jeez,
honestly part of why it's valuable to have somebody else
protagonist
like
here.
involved in it, just like who's aware of what you're doing with your fitness journey and like can help keep track of it with you, and like will like can talk over it with you, and if you tell them like, oh yeah, I lost a couple pounds this week or that week, whatever, and they're like, okay, cool, like that's on track, but like who can also be like, hey, you're not eating well, like we
By
need to
the
get you
way,
some food or
Yuma,
something.
About your sword. Does it only work on cues and mystery phantoms?
The solution blade works against anything in the mystery labyrinth. So don't cut your allies by mistake, Master.
You could have told me that sooner.
Can I use that sword?
Ooh, so sorry. Only Master is able to use it because he made a pact with yours truly. You may be under the effects of coalescence, but you're just an extra here, Hellara.
Why do you gotta be like that, Shinigami? She's an
nope,
ally.
You can't use the solution blade.
I was merely curious. Regardless, it's best I act as support, since I don't have any memories of what happened.
I
Let's
wonder if we're gonna get to
return
bring the other
case.
detectives in here.
Assuming the watchmaker
I
isn't
want
the
Vivia to come in
culprit,
here with me.
Do you have any notion of who is?
Halara, during the investigation, you claimed one of the people at the church is the culprit. I think I understand the reason why now. That rope was found inside the incinerator, which only clergy members could access.
In other words,
I still think it's the
whoever
nun,
tried
the
to destroy the
dog
evidence is
girl
a
person.
member of the church. Prompt and logical.
Wait, you're tooting your own horn?
What's in our
Hey,
treasure chest?
a treasure chest! Can I open
Okay,
it?
bye.
Check it out! A new solution key!
Oh yeah, no, that's especially bad HP. Like, for me, okay, especially when this is advice for anyone who has ADHD, is taking those medications, and also is trying to like exercise. Like, definitely, it's better to front load some of that stuff before, like either as you take your medication or like right after you, like if you can get in your protein, like get a good meal in for breakfast and then take the medication, like obviously you shouldn't completely throw off your routines or whatever, but like
We're
there have been
back
so
to
many
the
times where I've
original
taken my,
spot.
like I'll take my medication at the start of the day,
So
and
we
then
cleared
like
the
in the
first
time
route.
it takes for me to finish cooking a meal,
We
I'm
just
no
need
longer
to keep
hungry.
this up and go
Some
through
ADHD
each
medication
line
does, Scarlight,
one
and
by one to
ADHD meds are
gather
also
clues
very
about the culprit,
individualized. Different people have different
which
relationships to it.
supposedly leads to
Like,
solving the real
it's
life
part of why it can be
case.
hard to find a medication if you
I'm
do have
starting to
ADHD, because
understand how the
everything affects
mystery
you a little bit
labyrinth
differently.
operates.
But yeah, for me, like,
Fast.
I'm on Concerta,
Unlike a certain
so
master
it
I
really
know.
fucked, like, I just lose my appetite
If
for
you're so
a
impressed,
few hours
why don't
after
you
I
just
get
sign
it,
a
for the most
pact
part.
with Halara?
Oh, poor
Are
Yumi.
you sulking? You're the jealous kind, aren't you?
No, I'm
ADHD.
not.
That's pretty bad. I'm not anything. Oh yeah, fair enough.
We're short
Medication
on
doesn't work
time,
for everyone
aren't we?
too, so everyone's
move
got their
on.
own way of dealing with it.
Right.
I can't wait to reap the culprit's soul. What do we do next? You can choose whichever you want, so why not start with the one you're most confident with?
Let's see.
So the first one was the one in the. I mean, we'll just go in order. The first one was the one in the secret club.
The first locked room happened 6 months ago in a secret club in Kamasaki district. An old geezer was nailed to the wall in an underground casino. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing.
Vyvanse is also a tricky one because Vyvanse is specifically like, because with some ADHD medications, the appetite suppressant side of it is like a bit of a side effect. But Vyvanse, I know is like, I tried Vyvanse specifically because I was having issues with like when my medication wore off, I like could not stop eating. I was always starving, and I'd eat like thousands of calories in like a couple of meals, like way more than I should because I was just so hungry from not eating all day. So I tried Vyvanse, and it just like did not. It was not a friend. It was not an ally. I was like, and it works for different people. Like this is what I mean, where like it's such a different effect.
The mystery isn't
Because for me, the
solved,
Vyvanse fully
then
like
I won't escape
was
this
in a little bit of a
place.
depression immediately after starting that one. I had to swap
Trapped in
back.
a cramped room with these two. Sounds kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, that's true. If you're doing physical labor and stuff, it can be easier. But I sit on my ass all
I
day
have no
doing
intention
nothing,
of
so
playing along with your
a
fantasies.
little hard.
Yuma, hurry up and take care of this.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-oh. Where did the culprit flee from?
This is where I used Halara's Forte with my coalescence for the first time. Post-cognition allowed us to see the crime scene as it was in the past. Some things were obviously different. Those
Yeah.
are most suspicious.
We know how they climbed out of here. They went out through the vent. They vented, and they climbed up some spikes in the wall. Anyways, they fled from here. I mean, obviously the Danganronpa influence comes through in a lot of ways, but like, I love that they kept those like
You
the
believe
character like
the culprit
slashes into the
escaped
screen and like has
through the
the
vent.
dramatic
Yes,
background and everything.
I'm sure of it. When I saw the crime scene with your post-cognition, the screws on the four corners of the vent cover were removed. Which means the culprit must have escaped from there.
Uh-oh. It's another goth twink.
How ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
You're saying the culprit escaped from the vent? That's impossible.
Master!
Yeah, he was doing
I'll be
wires.
full of holes until he's a makeshift golf course!
What does that mean?
Love this music. Door key nails beneath the vent.
How ludicrous. They used the vent.
Oh wait, no, I need to go
That's
under that. I'm
utterly
stupid. What was I thinking
impossible. Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up?
Wait.
There's no way you
I
could
pressed
get
the button.
there.
I think I should maybe be remembering them on a
Even
wireless
if the
controller.
cover
Probably
was
part of the problem.
removed,
Wait, no.
there's no foothold to use to reach it.
No, you're wrong! That was Kaede's lie.
Some of the nails stuck in the bottom of the vent were
Dang,
bent
HP, I love
downward.
this.
The culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footing to reach the vent. The weight caused the nails to bend.
I mean, that one was a pretty easy one to figure out, I feel like, in general, because it was like, oh wow, yeah, it turns out they could have absolutely just gotten out through the vent.
So you're forced to fight this way every time. Quite the test of endurance.
I hope she remembers what we
Yeah,
go through
no
for
kidding.
these.
However, solving the
Like, once we're outta
mystery
here.
itself was simple. The nails were used as footing to escape through the vent. Did you find that out using my post-cognition?
Yeah, without your help, this case would have been impossible to solve.
You'll never be considered a full-fledged detective until you can
Lara,
handle a
you
case
couldn't
like
have figured this one out on your own either. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
You got lectured again. Sucks to be a rookie, huh?
Oh, this one probably would have been
Anyway,
impossible to solve
let's
without
act.
that.
I'll use the nails on the wall as footing, just like you deduced.
Right, let's hurry.
I mean, yeah, actually, Lara probably could have, but she wouldn't have, because she would have refused to help because she wanted money. So, in my opinion, she couldn't have solved the crime because the incentives would not have existed for her to be willing to put her work or put her effort in. Therefore, I'm still
Such a
right.
bizarre. I must ask, is there no way to escape besides solving the mysteries?
You mean like an emergency exit? Unfortunately, I don't think that exists.
An emergency exit, huh? Well, there is one, kinda.
There is?
But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from. Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price.
And that is?
Don't worry about it. Using it here wouldn't help anyway. So, never mind. Just concentrate on solving the mystery.
Got it.
Look at that. We're solving mysteries. We're saving the people from the nail man. I can't get
There
over
it
the fucking
is!
name.
Another treasure! So, who's gonna open the treasure chest this time? How about, whoever looks like they'd win a character popularity poll? Oh, that's me!
I love her so
Alright,
much. What an
another
incredible
solution
character.
key.
Looks like another clue leading us toward the culprit.
Someone thin.
Considering the culprit used those nails as footing, they would have to be nimble.
It is someone thin. The girlies with
And
the snatched
given the size
waists.
of the vent,
Everyone's always
only
suspicious of the
someone
girlies with the
thin
snatched
could fit
waists.
through it.
I mean, they're saying this so that it rules out the
culprit
servant.
Must be thin. We're narrowing down the possibilities quite nicely.
Because the first one only really... Oh, I'm guessing, yeah, with each of these cases, duh. They're using each of
all
these cases
thanks to my
to,
training.
like... Each of these cases is meant to establish, or to remove one person from suspicion. So the fourth case removes the watchmaker. The first case removes the servant, because he was
Alright,
fat,
let's
which
keep
everyone made
going
it...
and solve the remaining
Shinigami made a
wonder
point of just being, like, really shitty about. God. I want to love Shinigami as much as possible, but she really does do her best to make it clear that she is a death god, and they're not just being like, teehee, I'm a reaper.
The
She's
second
just, like, actually a
locked room mystery
monster.
occurred 3 months ago in that mansion.
But,
The corpse was inside the study, and the room's key
Study.
was found underneath the corpse.
maybe that proof it
If you
wasn't.
think you're up for it,
Hot monster.
then let's solve
True.
this thing.
It's pretty privileged. Shinigami is benefiting from the
Going
most
to
pretty
second
privilege.
locked room?
Oh, I've already been willing to forgive her for the soul reaping, even though I am against the death penalty, which I guess, oh shit, this game is just the death penalty, huh? Like a de facto death penalty once we solve a crime in the Mystery Labyrinth. And also, there's no requirement for a Mystery Labyrinth to be formed out of a murder. But whoever is found to be guilty through a Mystery Labyrinth will die instantly once it's solved. Which does make that feel a little bit unfair.
There are dolls nailed across the room. The victim is nailed down in the same manner. And the culprit was also missing from this room? It shares common traits with the other Nailman killings.
And we're trapped again.
And to look up the
Looks
soundtrack
like
on
you gotta
Spotify and
solve
figure
the
out what this
mystery of this
specific
locked
track
room, or
is.
we're not leaving.
Just don't enter a mystery lab or not.
I'll try.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could do that, but counterpoint, what if it's like someone who, I don't know, cut me off in traffic, technically did an illegal lane
The door was
change.
locked
Maybe I
when the
wanted to
corpse
die.
was
I don't
found,
know.
And the only key was underneath the body. There are no windows that could have been used to escape. And the vent is too small to fit through. So how did the culprit escape from here?
Multiple lifetimes in jail. Yeah, it's rough. The culprit fled from the door. Oh, okay, I guess they did not flee from the door. They couldn't have fled through the vent. The vent is too small. What else is there to select? I don't even know what we're clicking on there. Through a bookshelf? Is there gonna be a secret exit or a secret passageway, do we think? Because, like, I mean, we'll try it. I'm sure it's wrong. Yeah. Just get it out of the way. Oh no, I forgot I have, like,
It's too
health.
small for someone to...
Yes, I know.
And it looks like the
You can't escape through there.
Seriously, what is this clicking on? Like, at this point, I'm just curious what that was supposed to be.
What about jumping into the painting?
Oh.
Are you serious? Maybe you should see a doctor.
No.
Just a joke. We're just doing a little ha-ha funny. Seriously, where is... Like, I mean, I'm assuming that they went through the bookshelf or something. Nope. Human thinks this is Mario 64. What am I doing?
What if a hidden passageway appears after lining up the books in a specific
Exactly,
order?
Yuma.
That's a cliche contraption. There's nothing like that here.
Which means they have nothing to do with it.
Fine, everyone's being a hater. Where did they escape from, though? They're like, oh, wait.
Here.
I'm mad, because I said it was the
This has to be
door.
the spot.
But the problem is that I guess I just wasn't hovering over the right spot, so it just, like, didn't allow me to click on it. So I was like, ugh, I need to be more
leave the
careful with
room,
this stuff.
The culprit had
This is
to
the
have
second time
taken
now where I've
this
gotten a bunch
door
of
to
things
the
wrong
hallway.
because I just, like, didn't click on it properly.
Huh? There's nothing special about
The
that.
hitboxes on these things are a little bit all over the place,
But
I
there's
think.
no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit.
But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right?
Okay, so I've said what I thought this was before, but just to reiterate, what I think happened here is that the key was in the lock. The guilty person left the key in the lock, tied it to a rope. That rope went under the body, went through the eyes of the doll that's on the wall over there, because its eyes are gouged out. So it goes through there to loop through. Then it goes up through the vent above the door so they can pull the key out. And it's giving very V3
After locking it from outside in the
locked
hallway.
room mystery, where, like,
The
if they fuck it up,
culprit
if it doesn't work, if it doesn't properly lock the
under the
door, they can
corpse.
just redo it.
Try it. Everything must be verified.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
After committing the crime, the culprit went out to the hallway with the key in hand. They then locked the door. Assuming that's the only way to create this locked room, the problem is...
What are you going to do with that key in your hand, Master? Don't tell me you still have no idea.
Hold on, let me think this over. We should go back inside for now. What? Huh?
Looks like we're locked out.
Or...
This is bad, Master! You better hurry!
Wait, could you lock that door from the outside? Because then it would be even easier. You just lock the door from the outside and then have the rope going through the vent so that it can latch it on, or, like, so that it deposits the key back in the
Calm
room.
down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that will open the path. You can do it, can't you?
Yes.
No, I think with this room they established there's only one key. With each of, the only locked room that had a second key that someone could have used
Back in the locked room,
was
right?
in.
That case.
Where's the other one? It was in the art. Okay. What's the culprit? What happened to the key? It was thrown in.
That's right. The key could be slid through the gap in the vent cover above the door. And if they managed to throw the key right under the corpse from here...
No. That doesn't work. I mean, it's close, but it's not
Stop,
the
but
ending.
nothing...
If it was
so
wrong, a
close.
trap would have activated. So we're on the right track about the key being thrown in.
But there's more to it than that. If you simply threw it in, it'd be impossible to position it under the corpse. I see. So this is the vital clue for this locked room.
I love Halara.
I'm beginning to understand what happened here.
Lara, have you already solved the trick to
I think
this
I made it more
locked room?
complicated than it needed to be because I forgot that it could be locked from the
haven't?
outside. But
Hey, quit
yeah,
playing hard to get and tell us. Or just me. You can whisper it in my ear.
If you want information from me, you'll have to pay a fitting price in Xian. Of course, I don't work for cheap.
shut up. Never mind, I don't like her as much
You
anymore. I forgot.
really are a devil. Trying to take money from a death god, huh?
The key was definitely tossed inside. But that doesn't explain how it got under the corpse. So, how did the culprit
shocked he's
pull
still
off
hanging
that
in
trick
there.
after tossing the key in?
Then
Maybe
you're not
the
wrong.
corpse was moved? That would explain how it was on top of the key.
Oh, I'm wrong about this. I don't think that the rope... Because remember, he was sitting upright with the bloodstains down. I don't think he was down when the key was put in there. Oh, I bet that's what it was. The key wasn't tied to a rope. The body itself was. They threw the key in, and then I guess... I don't know, I guess they were just going to keep trying it until it eventually went in the right place. I don't know what the plan was with that. But they threw the key in, or did something to make sure the key was in the right spot, and then they used rope to tip over the body so that it landed on top of the key so that it would create the locked room mystery.
But how do you move a body from
not wrong
outside
to
a
say
locked
here.
room?
Uh-oh.
Aww, the way's completely blocked off.
But the only things here that can block our progress are mysteries, right?
That's true. So, we just need to solve the mystery.
Should get some more water. Maybe even some caffeine. Uh-oh.
At least give me a heads up first.
It says, how was the corpse moved?
I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but...
Evidence was left at the scene.
Huh?
If you look at the evidence, you'll understand what tool the culprit used.
It's
to pull
rope. This person just used rope for everything. It's rope and nails.
That's all the advice I'll provide.
But they were just called the nail man
You-
because the ropes all got out there
Got
by,
it.
like, were all removed
You
from the
just want the
scenes.
mystery solved for you, huh? I can tell, because I'm your mentor. So, I'll help you out. Are you ready? You better be.
Huh? Ready for...
Lay it all out, Master!
Oh, we're doing this thing again. A little chibi.
Are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle?
Oh wait, it's X to throw or to stab.
Wrong!
Wait, use the...
Tick tock, tick tock.
I thought it was rope. I'm actually very lost now. Hold on.
You're wrong.
Oh, is it just gonna be thread?
That's wrong.
Nope, what am I doing?
That's not it.
Ah! I'm panicking! Oh, I'm gonna run out of time. I need to redo this, I think.
You're wrong.
Yeah, that was dumb. I just wanted to get it over with because I fucked it up. I was expecting it to be rope. I thought that was super simple, but Restart from last checkpoint. Oh shit. Didn't realize it would just like let me restart the minigame. Uh-oh. Fuck, wait, what else would it have been? They used a... It's 6 letters. Wait, we have to go all the way back here? Are you fucking kidding me? That's annoying.
In the call.
I'll try.
I deserve that. That was dumb decision making. I mean, I guess maybe this time it'll allow me to recover my health from when I fucked up all over the place last time.
Here. This has to be the spot.
Actually, while this is doing this, I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be right back.
To leave the room, the culprit had to have taken this door to the hallway.
Huh? There's nothing special about that.
But there's no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit.
But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right? After locking it from outside in the hallway, how did the culprit enter the room and put the key under the corpse?
Try it. Everything must be verified.
Sure. After committing the crime, the culprit went out to the hallway with the key in hand. They then locked the door. Assuming that's the only way to create this locked room, the problem is...
What are you going to do with that key in your hand, Master? Don't tell me you still have no idea.
Hold on, let me think this over. We should go back inside for now. What? Huh?
Looks like we're locked out.
This is bad, Master!
Well, this is still going on.
Fall into the abyss!
Also, I just heard my controller like vibrate like mad, and I thought it was my phone doing like an emergency alert.
Calm down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that
Do
will
not
open
disturb
the
though.
path.
Speaking of.
You can do it, can't you?
Yes!
We have to put the key back in the locked room, right? In that case...
Also, I had some caffeine while I was out. Because the culprit, what happened? It was thrown in.
That's right! The key could be slid through the gap in the vent cover above the door. And if they managed to throw the key right under the corpse from here... It stopped, but no...
It was...
But there's ice.
Oh,
You have.
Hey,
If you want it, of course.
you...
the key... So, maybe... But...
Aw,
But the only.
that's true. Except...
I've...
Evident.
Huh?
If you look at the.
Two?
That's all the advice I'll provide.
Got it.
Got it. So...
Huh? Ready for what?
I'm gonna save right here, so that in case I do fuck this up again. Oh, I can't save now. Okay, fuck. I feel like there's something, like an item that I'm just, like, forgetting about. The floor plan of the study. This is the only key. And all of the eye is gouged out. It looks like a thin string rubbed against the inner corners of the eye. Oh, it's gonna be string, isn't it? It's not thread, it's not rope, it's string.
Lay it up.
Which needs to look more and more incentive. Fuck! That makes me feel stupid. The rope would have been too thick to leave that technically gouge in it.
Are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle?
Alright. Okay, well we missed that, but I bet it's string.
Nice.
There we go.
Go, go, go. That's right. Nice. Nice. Nice.
There we go. God, I feel stupid for that. Thank you for the most necessary transitions that we got going on here, Shinigami.
That's right. There was evidence of a thin string being used at the scene of the crime.
Extra in the dictionary. Yeah, I mean,
A sturdy and thin string like a fishing line must have been used
she's
to
willing
move
to
the
do
body.
just the absolute most for literally no reason.
You really think a tiny string could move a whole corpse?
It didn't have to, it just had to tip it over.
There he is again. That rude and gloomy guy.
Because all the nails in the legs were already nailed down. So it wasn't like it was going to slide out of place. Whoever, the killer, which I think still is the nun, had it in the right spot. All she needed to do was just pull him over.
That deduction is wrong. You're wrong.
What could be wrong about it? Master sounded really confident just now.
Listen. The nails in that corpse's leg pierced through his body and into the floor. Which means the corpse was fixed in place. So how could the corpse be moved?
Wait, this doesn't feel like a real question.
True.
Yeah, obviously, the corpse wasn't...
was stuck in place.
The corpse was stuck in place, but the
Impossible
nails in the
movement.
top of the body were
Indeed.
put there when it was sitting upright.
It would be impossible.
Laura, you think so too? So I was wrong the whole time?
No, Halara knows the answer, I'm certain. She's just trying to throw him off and make him solve the puzzle himself. Which, honestly, is exactly what I do whenever I watch anyone play any of these games, so fair enough.
Huh? The door!
The truth is slipping further away.
Of course it is. Because your deduction is wrong.
Well, it just turned out that it was actually him who committed the crime.
You people will never reach the truth.
Master, let's take him down first.
Yeah.
God, I've gotten so many things wrong so far. It's been rough. We've been in the trenches on this one. Although in two separate instances now, it was just because I literally didn't manage to click on the right thing when I thought I had. We're looking for bloodstains on corpse.
Your deduction is wrong. Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved?
Oh, fuck.
The corpse was fixed in place.
No, it wasn't. Wait, what? I'm so stupid. Yes.
Your
I need to stop just picking the first thing that
deduction
looks
is wrong.
semi-relevant to what I'm doing.
Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place. It didn't move a millimeter. In fact, that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
There we go.
Flash through this mystery.
Flashing through the mystery.
No, there was evidence the body had been moved. The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently. The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline. But blood from the upper body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, toward his hips. If the
And the hips
corpse was
don't lie.
motionless on its back, there wouldn't be such unusual blood stains. In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when it was discovered.
Now. Aw, poor guy. He was just trying to cover up a murder because the daughter of one of the higher-ups of his agency was responsible for it. Whoops.
What? What's this?
Ugh, gross! We gotta hurry and get through that door.
Unusual circumstances. As long as the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't be moved. You can't change the truth.
Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all?
No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is the truth.
Alara!
There's no doubt a fine string was used.
Monster Charter was
in
actually
this
Halara.
case.
She does have the shoes that match.
So all that remains is to answer, how was the pin body moved? That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this.
The bloodstain? If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned...
Master, we gotta chase after the door. It's getting further away.
Hey, wait!
I won't let you!
I don't know what's up with that horn sound. So goofy. Alright. What was the position? What position was the corpse in before it was moved? Upper body sitting up.
That's right! The corpse was sitting up at first. That's why only the wounds in the upper half of the body bled straight down.
What was used to sit the body upright? A thin string, a wall, a cardboard box. Oh, was the thin string just used to hold him up? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. And then the string just got
was
released.
thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place. That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it.
It's funnier if I'm just like shaking my head. The string was retrieved, right? Yeah, because it wasn't just cut, because there's no extra string in there, it was retrieved.
The culprit
Also, if I like
then
shake my head from
retrieved
side
all
to
the
side, it just
string
makes the
that
eyes
kept
look like
the
they're
corpse
moving
in
a lot.
place from outside the door.
I don't know why.
And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor. Just like...
Just like how it was discovered. Sorry, I need to stop skipping through dialogue accidentally. I keep on thinking that I'm just like skipping through the like loading in of the dialogue because I like to read it faster, but
It appears this locked room mystery will finally be solved.
what was that?
Huh? When did that happen?
Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this.
Right.
It wasn't even like tied around him or anything, it was literally just like held back at the entrance of the room.
You gotta think like the culprit, Master.
Same like with the last one, where the rope wasn't like cut, it was just, or it was cut I guess, but it was like one full long piece. That's not how they did it. Select items to recreate it. Some items weren't used in the crime, so be careful. Yeah, obviously.
You have to recreate the culprit's lock.
Maybe you got the order wrong.
Wait.
First, you need to tie the fishing line down.
Oh, okay. What? Fine.
First, a knot was tied through a slit in the vent. After that, the fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, it'd probably be easier to...
Yeah, okay. So from there, we're gonna... Oh, we can't step on the corpse. Okay, I see. Can't walk all over the dolls.
That's it!
Then went to the doll's
It
eye.
passed through a doll's eye. And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else.
I mean, presumably not to the... Or maybe to the desk lamp. No.
Oh? So what else?
it just hit the corpse and didn't, then it just pulled it up.
The
I don't know why I
line
thought there would be
was
an
then
extra
passed around a
piece.
certain point on the corpse. That was
The neck.
here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's clear that the line passed through the vent, the doll's eye, and ended beneath the neck.
Hang on. Why pull a line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body?
To support the body's weight, the line needs to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place. Next, the fishing line.
I mean, wouldn't you just bring it back to the vent then?
Now, to return the line to the vent. This kept the corpse's upper torso in place. The room has been completely prepared. So next...
Next, you go outside, you check the key under it. Then you cut the string,
The
or you cut
culprit
one end of the
exited through
string,
door
retrieve
and
it.
locked it with the key. And then... the key was thrown through the gap in the vent.
Okay, so this is basically what I thought it was just like in a different, like... I had the idea right, just not all of it. Oh, and they also just
If
had
the
an extra bit
culprit
of string
managed
to
to
that.
drop the key next to the corpse, the only thing left was to untie the line. Then...
I guess I could just use extra fishing line to, like, give themselves extra attempts if they needed it.
the corpse, which was supported only by the line, would fall face up on top of the key. That's how the culprit created the locked room.
Hooray! You did it! That's my master!
We did it! That's a good point. Well, that's the thing, is that, like, because if they tie the fishing line to the key, they can just keep trying over and over again. Like, that's what the comparison to the V3 locked room, I think, still holds, because it's the same kind of idea of, like, you don't need to get it right the first time. She, the nun, I think, can do it a million times over if she wants to, as long as no one else stumbles upon it. But he has no family or anyone who would stumble upon it, so she could presumably take her time to make sure she got it right. Mostly. Except for the guy who might eventually find her. Because he is the worshipper is there. Wait, no, this writes off the nun, doesn't it?
Bloodstains were strange.
This writes off the nun. It couldn't have been her. It's gonna be the priest, isn't it? Because the nun's dominant arm is her right arm, and her right arm is in a cast. Although, no, wait, that might be a new injury.
The length of the nails driven into the upper
Yeah, never
and
mind.
lower
It could still be
body
her,
were
because
different.
she has an injury on her right arm, but this is like a
The nails
2-month-old
on
case,
the upper
so that
half
injury
didn't
could have been
penetrate all the
happening
way
since
through
then.
the body, but the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor. That was how the lower
And then she
half
just
could be
like faked her
secured,
injury to be like,
while the
uh-oh,
upper
I
half
threw
could
you.
still be moved around.
Oh wait, no, so it probably isn't a real injury because she
Sure
was like not very good at explaining.
but
She was
You managed to solve
wasn't like
the
she said like
mystery
a
behind it.
heavy metal like choir related accident or something. Yeah, never mind. Actually, I think her injury is fake, and she's just trying to throw people off the scent because it would make it harder for her to commit the crimes if she did have an injury. Never mind. I'm
Looks like we
still on the train. I
finally
should not
made
have
it to the treasure
deviated
chest.
from.
Speaking of, don't
theory
you
that
think
she's the
that
killer.
whoever worked the hardest should get
Yeah, it was
the
some weird like,
Oh,
very
geez.
clearly fake
Of
injury.
course.
It's also possible that she busted her arm at a different point.
This
Like, she
is
might have broken her
probably
arm.
another clue
That would make
leading
it hard
to
for her to climb down the
culprit.
ladder, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure
Wait.
how to use it.
No, I think the injury has to be outright fake. It can't just be like she... Because I was thinking for a second, like, she might have broken her arm trying to reach into the art museum window because of how tiny it was. But I think it's just purely fake. Because if she is the culprit, then she couldn't have climbed down the rope ladder cutting the line as she was going with only one arm. Like, you would need a second free arm for that. Unless you... no. Unless you, like,
Still,
attach
it
the knife
must
to your
be
forehead
used
and,
for
like, were
something.
headbutting it as you were going
Hold on
through
to
to,
it
like,
for now.
make sure it was cut.
Let's
And
solve
now-
the rest.
Back in the murder forest. I mean, there's
Right.
one. This one is the museum one, and I think what happened here... My theory was that... Because the key is attached to the doll that's
The
nailed
third
into the
locked room
painting
was a
here.
murder that happened 1 month ago
My
in
guess
the art gallery storage
is
in Pima
that-
district.
The key that's attached to the doll... I'm making my prediction before we go in there, just so I can, like, have it on the record. Basically, the key is attached to the doll that's attached to the painting. My guess is that... Hi, Hermano. How's it going? Yeah, we're starting this one early. I'm still going to do a stream at the normal time anyways, but since we didn't get the mystery Labyrinth finished last time, I'm doing a little bit of an extra one. It'll probably only run for another... Can't imagine this one's gonna go for more than like another 45 minutes. But anyways, yeah. So my theory with this one was that the key tied to the doll was used to lock the door in some way. I don't really know how. And then the basically they just like either pulled the doll into the painting and then it all collapsed, or else they just pulled the doll and the painting over using a string out the window.
Pictures and paint were scattered all around the spot where a woman was boom killed. If you
That might
think
not be
you're up
right,
for
though.
it, then let's solve this thing.
Fucking gamer. I'm
Are you
such a
going to
gamer.
the third locked room?
Such a hardcore gamer. That's why I'm so good at these games. Don't look back at this VoD though, Hermano. Just trust me when I say that I did very good and did not make any very stupid mistakes or anything earlier.
Did we get stuck inside a locked room again?
Big at last, but God damn it, Hermano.
This was the
Also, thank you for
corpse
the
that was
hydration check,
discovered by that
Skylight.
worshipper and the art gallery employee. At the time of discovery, the door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room. Aside from the door, the only other entrance is the window, but it opens just enough to fit a finger in. The frame itself is too small for even a child to squeeze. How did the culprit vanish from here?
Daddy savvy. I mean, spot selection. I mean, it's the door.
Here. I think the culprit could have only escaped from here, but...
Oh, wait, no. Actually, revising this quickly. I don't think that the... I don't think the key was used, like, from the inside of the door. I think they walked out the door, they locked the door with that, then somehow they managed to attach the key to the doll and the painting from out there. Actually, still have more to do. I'll check in there. Okay. Sounds good, Hermano. I'm going to be streaming again. Like, I'm going to finish up this thing, and then 3 hours from now is when I'm going to start doing Tears of the Kingdom. So, whenever you come by, I'm sure I'll be here.
Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master.
No.
No, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to squeeze through that window. They could have only gotten out through the door. I'm sure the culprit had the key and locked the door from the outside.
Full-time streamer
after
making
committing the crime.
no time streamer money.
The culprit just used a copy of the key? Would that really be considered a locked room mystery?
Well, there are only 2 keys to the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate.
Like, that's not a thing. You can duplicate
I
any
learned
key.
that thanks to you, Halara.
One of the keys is always carried by that one employee.
And it could also be that one
The body
employee.
was first discovered.
I think if there's going to be a twist, it'll be
The
that,
only
but I don't
other
think
key
so.
was nailed through a doll onto a painting. So, it is a locked.
Oh, wait, no, 100%. My theory is correct. Okay. They walked out with the key, locked the door, turned around. That painting was positioned on top of those boxes facing the window with the doll, with one nail in the doll already in it. The person who committed the crime just walked back around. The doll was stuck there. They put the key on, hammered it once. That's why that nail isn't in as deep as well. Hammered the nail in once the painting fell over. That's why it's positioned where it is. That's why the key is on it. I'm so certain I'm correct. I'm gonna be wrong, but I'm so certain I'm correct.
That's totally it.
I see. I suppose you could call it that. Hey, Yuma. Can you go check outside of that window?
Oh, just like before.
Before?
Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place.
I see. Then the answer has already been confirmed. Very well. This locked room is solved.
Huh? Wait, did you...
You haven't? How about you go and check outside the window? Then even you will see.
Oh, it unlocked. Looks like you can go outside.
All right, let's go see.
It's based on, like, just look at where the painting is. I'm not gonna go outside. I'll go outside in a second, but, like, you can see from the painting, if it was positioned on top of these boxes and leaned up against there, then you wouldn't need much room to just get the nail in there, basically, with the key on it. And then it would just tip over from the weight of hitting that nail into it. Oh, fuck. Scared me a tiny little bit.
Hey, didn't you already check this in the real world? Why do it again?
Laura told me to check it twice. There must be an important clue outside that window.
Hey, maybe the culprit threw the key in
Excuse me.
through the window. That way, the key would be found inside. Well, how about that theory?
No.
Is this the storage key?
Hey, Silversteins, how's it going?
Which means...
Are you just here to watch me struggle with the mysteries because of me being a slight menace in 999?
This one's a freebie! I was right. Just toss it in there, Master.
No.
Culprits threw the key inside?
Also, okay. So my theory with this is that they didn't throw the key inside. They like managed to nail it to the doll. Like the painting was positioned up
Is
against
that
the window,
really the right answer?
and they just like stuck
Did
the key on a nail,
culprit
stuck it into
throw
the doll, and then that tipped over the painting.
Master, hurry up and throw the key!
No, it wasn't.
You're putting Scribbler in the way! You're gonna
I like the
fall!
nail man case. I like the nail man case. It's fun. Yeah, no.
That's the right answer?
How? Didn't the culprit throw the key in there? That's why the key was found inside,
How
right?
was she supposed to throw the key
No,
in there, though?
the crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in.
Nailed
The
onto
key
it.
was nailed to a painting. That's not possible if you just throw it into the room.
Oh, but if the culprit didn't throw it in there, how is the key left in the room?
Actually, it's probably much more complicated than
You
ever my theory
can't
is.
nail the key.
Can't nail the key after throwing it. Oh. Watch you struggle. I mean, that's the fun of these games, is watching somebody struggle
You're
with it.
back. The key vanished.
The key is in my hand.
Master, you got the doll and nail!
I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Try it out. Doing so will create a new path.
Yeah, I'm gonna solve this.
Good luck, Master!
Alright, so we have to start with the first bit of this.
You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery.
I'm so excited to play through this game
First,
more. Do something about that doll. Yeah, okay, so the doll. Where's the painting?
All right, first, take the painting.
Nail the doll to the painting.
The culprit nailed the doll onto the painting. Next,
Ah.
both were stood up at a certain location.
Look at me getting things right. Maybe. I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna jinx it, oh god.
The painting was stood up facing the window. Now the part with the pierced doll is right next to the window. After that...
Although I think I did actually get this one correct. Wall with a window, and then after that... I mean, are we able to go outside? Oh yeah, I guess we do.
Then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room.
I do think it's really funny that they did... What is it? Oh, look at this. What would this be? Yeah, we don't care about that right now. The awning window. I think it's really funny that they were
I
like
can see the painting and
kind
doll
of
through the
making
window,
fun of how people really
but I can
enjoy
barely fit my
the...
hand through the gap.
Oh! No, but they didn't nail it in that way. They used the force of the window to do it, didn't they? Like, he positioned the killer... That makes more sense. They put the key on the nail, like, probably dug it a little bit into the doll to make it stick there, and then, like, used the force of slamming the window shut on it to drive the nail in far enough and knock it over.
The doll's got a nail in it, but the problem is that key
Yeah,
in your
going over,
hand,
like,
Master.
people like the locker room
Yeah.
mysteries I'm talking about, but they go
The
over and over and over
culprit
again.
took the key and
Found out this
then...
lowercase never missed it. Fair enough. Nailed, or... Hung on a nail stuck in the doll.
No. think the key wasn't just hanging on it.
Oh, okay, fine. Nailed to the painting with the doll, whatever. I think that that's kind of a
Culprit
technicality,
nailed
but
the key to
whatever.
the painting, along with the doll from outside the window. Finally,
Knock the painting toward the room.
I pushed the painting into the room.
Okay, is there saying like there's barely room to put a finger in, so I thought they might have to use the window to like
It
do that.
completes the locked room mystery.
Whatever.
This is how the culprit
This was my
did
initial
it.
theory, and then or one of the initial theories, and then I kind of like fucked it up and had to keep readjusting it. But at least I was close.
It took some time, but you've reached
shut
the
up,
truth
Laura, don't be
behind this
mean.
locked room.
Throwing the key through the window would be obvious. So to mislead us into thinking that was impossible, the key was nailed to a painting which was then pushed over.
It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this.
Seriously, only amateurs would get fooled by... Wait, you mean me?
You know what? I like Laura if she's talking shit about Shinigami. Alright,
Hey, a treasure chest!
that's all 4 of the
Who's gonna
mysteries
open
solved.
This one? We should let the meanest one of us open it.
That's probably Halara.
How would you decide that?
Like this.
I love her.
Let's check out this treasure. Huh?
What's wrong?
Nothing in there?
Empty.
Huh? Why? After all we went through to solve this locked room.
Fair. Vivia is the best character, hands down. I want him to ruin my life.
This must mean solving the third
Also,
locked room mystery.
I won't lie, it does
Doesn't
have a little bit to do with the fact that we have very similar
necessarily bring us any
names.
closer to the ultimate truth.
But also, he's just
That's
extremely
terrible.
attractive and I love him.
I suddenly feel so tired.
We
He's
can't
getting
call it
eepy.
quits. We gotta keep going.
Eepy eepy Yuma. Careful what you wish for,
That's
Viv. I
it
wish
for
for
all
every...
the locked rooms.
Look, you know what? I recognize this is a Danganronpa game. I'll probably get... If I love somebody, they will get killed. I'm just acknowledging that that's probably gonna happen, but the tragic love will stick
Don't you
around.
think so?
Well,
And if he ends up being a bad
What do
guy,
we
so
do?
be it. Villains are hot. I mean, I'm already supporting
I
Shinigami.
see.
I think I can't really
The
wish
way
for too
forward
much
is
worse.
clear. It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries. Now let's go.
I mean, we were talking about the men that I liked from the other Danganronpa games
Again,
before, and it was like
gotta ask.
Leon,
Supposed to be the
Nekomaru,
protagonist
and
here?
Rantaro. Which, at least one of those people, or Leon killed someone. Rantaro, I mean, played through a full extra game. I mean, Nekomaru is just a good guy. That one's not a bad one. But wait, who else was it? We had a whole list of people who were like... I mean, also Seth. Seth is pretty cute.
This is creepy.
Don't be afraid to roll the dice.
I'm
You
definitely
must
other
keep
men that I was
pursuing
like,
the
oh, wow.
truth. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Isn't that right?
Yes.
That's actually still, you might be able to answer this for me. Does this not sound like Crash Bandicoot music to you? Because that is all that comes to mind to me. And like I say that as a positive. I love Crash Bandicoot music. It's very like nostalgic, but that like that little like da, 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 da. Like that's just it feels like Crash Bandicoot. Oh. I go unsupported once again.
Is this some dungeon?
Shinigami is also queen, that's fair, Scarlet.
What is the meaning of this? Let me out of here!
No, I'm leaving you in there.
Let me out! I'll kill your ass in the name of God!
And authentic.
I have nothing
As
to
a
do
good
with
Southern
the gifts.
Christian Republican woman.
I'm not the culprit! Let me go!
Wow, they're all
I mean,
here.
it could have been the worship. I still think it like
So now we must pick out the true
I think it still
culprit
could
in
be the
this case.
worshiper. Like if it's not the nun, I think it's the worshiper, or else it's gonna be the priest that's like to throw people off.
The
But it can't be the
true
servant because they've made a
culprit.
point of being like it has to be someone skinny. It has to be someone with a snatched waist, and it can't be that
Yuna,
fat servant
you
because they
solved all the
insisted
locked
on
room
making fun of him
mysteries
for
before
that.
you made it here. You should have all the clues and evidence you need to accuse the culprit. To be honest, when I first met you, I thought you were rather pitiful.
I mean, I still am, Halara.
You sure are honest.
But my opinion of you has improved. These mysteries have brought you closer to becoming a... Now
Yeah.
tie up all the loose ends and prove that I am not mistaken about you. With your logic, anything is possible.
Oh god, I'm gonna get this
All
wrong
right, I'll
3
try.
times.
Ooh, somebody's
Who's the culprit?
guilty.
Figure it out and hit him with a dramatic finger point. Make the right choice and you'll reveal a new truth. Okay, the fact that it's pointed to her in the, like, tutorial thing makes me think maybe it's wrong. Who is the nail man? It'd be easier if we had to go with, like, who isn't.
I'm not the nail man.
I'm not the culprit.
I'm not the nail. How can I be the nail man?
Okay, because the thing is, with the nun, I just think it's her. I can't even remember what she did that made me think it was her. She just feels like she is, but that also makes me feel like she isn't. The thing is, the worshipper, in theory, isn't. His whole thing is like he shows up right after it's over. But the thing is also, is the worshipper because cigarettes are bad for you? Yeah, exactly. He's killing himself through other means. But no, okay, actually, because the thing is, we've kind of written off that it's the worshipper because, or like in universe, they've written off that it is because Halara can see through the case based on the first person's memory. But there's always somebody else with him when they find him. So in most instances, that's been the case, except for... Oh, wait, no, it can't be that. Because in the museum one, excuse me, the other person didn't look in the room. They stood back while the worshipper looked at it. So they could not have seen that it was the murder, and he specifically saw the paint knocked over. So he would have to have been the first witness of that, right? Yeah, I don't think it's the word, because she also can't see the culprit. Like, the culprit's perspective can't be included in her thing. So I don't think it's him, unless they're going off of, like, somebody else who eventually walked in there at some point. Because each one of these writes off somebody. He can't do it because he wouldn't have been able to fit through the vent in the thing.
How can I be the nail man?
I don't think he can be because of the art museum.
I'm not.
I'm not the nail man.
If her injury is authentic, then it can't be her because she had to throw the thing with her dominant arm.
I'm not the culprit.
He's the only one who I guess probably could have. I'm not sure. Oh. Is it actually?
The culprit is you, Father.
Son and the Holy Ghost.
What? That's an absolutely.
Ridiculous thing to say.
Okay, well I guess that was maybe the right answer. I still think the nun is guilty of some shit.
Him again? Why won't he just give up?
You're saying the priest, a man of the cloth, is the culprit.
Yes, famously
That's
a priest has never committed
impossible.
murder or any other crimes. They're
How dare you spew such nonsense?
notoriously, when someone says, oh hey, it was a priest, everyone's immediate response is like, what? No, a priest would never do this. That the Friday existed, how you doing? Look, I will say, Zilch got a real, like, his goth mystery labyrinth rainbow shit rendition, whatever you want to call that. It was cute in his first rendition. The second one kind of got less. Seth, I think, is much hotter outside the mystery labyrinth. I don't think they would throw the injury in there with absolutely nothing to show it was fake. Well, I think the thing is, okay, hold on, actually. I think the thing that was supposed to indicate that it might be fake is the fact that, like, it was clearly a bullshit injury. She was, like, very, like, I do remember her being, like, very scrambling, panic, like, I got it injured in, like, a base thing. And also because I thought it was going to be connected to the whole, like, it was going to be a metaphor, or connected to that metaphor of the, that Vivia told us about at the very beginning, with the girl who keeps knocking over the sandcastles because she likes the boy. I thought it was going to be that the nun likes the worshipper, so she was trying to get his attention because he was really interested in the nail man. And so she was, like, committing these crimes to, like, get him to chase her, sort of thing, you know? I thought that was where that was going.
Right. Do not make baseless accusations. The culprit has to be someone else.
Yuma, can I leave this to you?
But I think
It's not a baseless accusation.
I do think that the reality is that, like,
You're the only one who...
because he can't be written off in any way that any of the others can. Because assuming that the girl's injury is an accurate... Although I guess, again, the injury, like, the locked room in the mansion happened 2 months ago. The
possibly
injury on
be
her
the
arm could
culprit.
have been from after that, and it wouldn't have really written her off, or
You're
whatever.
acting like a real detective.
Oh no, but that, right, because she couldn't climb down the ladder with just one arm, and that was like the same day, so never mind. Yeah, the injury would... The injury... Hatsune Miku, what's up with that hair? He's a Hatsune Miku fan. You know what? I can appreciate that. I can respect that. I can recognize the taste. The cosplay could use a little bit of work, but, you know, points for effort. Persons with access to the incinerator. The vent to the study. I mean, it has... Or no. Because that doesn't... That... It has to be this one, because he would be the only one who is tall enough to also do that. Yes, you are a man of the cloth. Although I still find that a weird expression. Oh god. Why did I jump?
It's total blasphemy!
Oh, it's blasphemous.
I am not the Nailman.
Doing something unholy.
That's it! The first one to discover the body. The Nailman is the worshipper!
Oh wait, no, fuck. It is this one. Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Say,
The Nailman isn't the worshipper, it's the priest. Yeah, it is this key. Sorry, I thought it was gonna be like... He was gonna say something about how the girl threw it in and they were gonna be like the injury. But no, it's persons with access to the incinerator because the worshipper is not... he's just a worshipper, he's not a parishioner, he's not like a staff. He didn't have access to that incinerator, that's why.
Like this. It's total blasphemy!
I'm still bad at the timing on all
I
of
am
this.
not the Nailman. That's it! The first one to discover the body. The Nailman is the worshipper!
Oh god.
This is the truth.
There we go.
The rope ladder used in the clock tower's locked room was found in the incinerator, which only clergy can access.
It's all fucked up.
The worshipper may be a regular churchgoer, but he's no clergy member.
I really was convinced that
he's
injury
no
was fake
longer
on the nun. I
suspect.
was like, no, it's totally her. I don't know why I picked the priest, why I decided to not accuse her. I was like, wait a minute, it's probably going to be the priest because he's been kind of chill throughout a lot of this. Excuse me.
A member of the church is the culprit?
Oh, it's going to be thin person. Wait, why? Hold on. Why is the thin person also caked the fuck up in this? Hold on. What? Was that really necessary? Like, what? I didn't notice that before when they showed it. Why is... Just doing the most. Need to meet with this thin person. Yeah. I mean... This is kind of my model's body type, actually. Oh god, I did it. It's me. Anyways, it's gonna be thin person because they're gonna say that
Even so,
it must have been
I
the
am not
servant.
culprit. There are others working for the church. Yes, there's the servant. The servant must be the Nailman. The servant was able to commit the crimes.
No, he wasn't, because he wasn't skinny.
Slash through this mystery.
Fucking stupid thing. But also, I mean... Hold on, I'll
Climbing
find
up
the
to the
artwork.
underground casino's window with only nails for
I
footing
should that one.
would require considerable agility. Judging by the size
Wait,
of the window,
agility?
there's no way someone of his size could have committed the crime.
God, these people are so hateful. Also, look,
No, no!
this is just my body type.
Absolute lies!
Okay, and then this one is gonna be the vent. Non-public information, fishing line, locked room. I don't think the floor plan really matters. The fishing line lockdown. Yeah. The key's placement implies that only someone with full use of their arms could have fashioned this room.
The nun must be
Subtle.
She's thin and also works at the church. The nun was
She's
absolutely
skinny.
able to commit the crimes.
Incorrect.
The truth.
What is up with this, like, shoulder armor piece thing?
The mansion's
It's very
doors
cool, but,
locked
like, what the
room.
fuck is up with it?
The culprit tossed the key behind the corpse with perfect aim. With her dominant hand injured, the nun couldn't have done that, which means she's not the culprit.
But again, like, to me, that feels like a weak... That feels like weak evidence. The much stronger evidence that she could have done it with her injured arm is that literally today, like the day that we're investigating all this, she's still in the cast and would have had to have climbed down the rope ladder. Hi, Wildheart. I reject all aspersions against my character that I am or am not Jon Favreau, or specifically that I had any involvement with the abomination that was Lion King 2019. Don't put that on me. I've done other things. I've done potentially worse things, but I did not do that thing. Also, how's it going? It was a very funny video. I really, like, I'll be honest, I've had 3 people have made videos about me in the past. One was Pax, who usually does, or no, not Pax, Paz. Paz does Overwatch content, and he did a reaction to my Star Wars Revised video. And that one was very kind. Then Siegel did a reaction to that same video, and he was less kind. And then, now you're the 3rd one. You're still on the podium. And yours was very funny. I think it was the funniest of the 3 for sure. Also, anyone who has, hold on, I'll put the link of it in there. No one else was brave enough to go there. Yeah, I mean, Siegel was brave enough to make other aspersions against my character that were incorrect. But I'm gonna add the link. Oh god, don't play this. I don't want to do the trauma of making you listen to your voice unexpectedly, so I won't play it on stream or anything. But I will put it in the chat. I think this is the link to the video. Should be. Siegel was mad that he accused me of, what was it? I mean, he said a bunch of stupid shit about my video that was just, like, incorrect, but he was also like, you shouldn't speak like this about people who are smarter than you to me, like, because I was criticizing Blizzard developers for not understanding survivorship bias. And that was just especially rich coming from fucking Siegel.
It's not the churchgoer, the
Like,
servant, or the nun.
He should maybe take his own advice.
only
But again, this was like
one
months. I don't know why I'm still bitter about this. I should get over it. But like, I got so many hate comments from it that I'm still. It's probably gonna hold on for a
You
while.
are the nail man.
Hey, say something quick. Otherwise, they'll pin me as the culprit.
Well,
Oh, actually, okay. That was the other reason why I thought it might be the nun, because the nun specifically said like, "Oh yeah, my father is one of the higher ups at Amaterasu," and to me, it would make sense that like, of course, Seth would want to protect the daughter of a higher up at Amaterasu. Like that's why they would go along with covering this up. But I guess they're just covering up shit because they hate people. I don't know. I'm very sweet,
Useless.
but so are you. We stay petty.
I
We stay
am a
petty. We
priest
devour.
in service to God.
Let's see. This is an LGBT thing. Also, you got the rainbow on you. Don't
I
play that
am
shit. That's
not
ours.
the nail man.
I'm gonna be more suspicious of the clergy than anybody. I also went to Catholic school for years.
What god would make you this ugly?
Should've got me. Oh my fucking god. She really said, if God's real, why are you such a fucking 2? Love that for her. Yeah, it's like it's got the same art team and like the same artists as the Danganronpa games. It's very cute. It's such a good style. It's such a, like, the music is also, it's a really good game. 10 out of 10 recommend.
It's nothing but
If you do decide to play it, this
don't
is,
have a
I guess, spoilers
single piece
for
of hard
the
evidence.
Nailman case. But
Hard evidence?
there's so much unhinged shit going on that even if one case is spoiled, you'll probably still stick up more. The chest does go a little bit crazy.
Easy.
Based on the facts, the priest must be the culprit. The decisive
Decisive
evidence
evidence.
that proves it is... I don't know. What do I do? What do I do?
What?
A detective must always prioritize solving a case. Listen, a detective isn't an arbiter of justice. Unraveling a case is top priority. Even
I mean, that's always the case with
questionable
like.
methods.
The reality is that I feel like with all the, like, especially with the Danganronpa games too, like sometimes the motives are a little bit like, like especially like the second case in Danganronpa 1 where it was just like, you're what I aspire to be in a man, and just murders him for it. Like that was a little bit of a like, I don't really know if that's a good motive for that, but sure. But like, yeah, the motive kind of takes a backseat to finding mystery. Yeah, I think that's kind of the case too. Is that
What
like,
do you mean? In short, you must get them
because in
to
Danganronpa,
confess.
obviously, it's also the case of
Use
like they have the
everything in
killing
your
game to work
arsenal,
off of.
even
But
if it
I
requires
think it's
bluffing.
more a matter of like they're kind of setting it up so that like the idea is just like you're in this corrupted city where like people are just doing. And I'm assuming his motive is
Don't
going to be like
hesitate to use
the
anything
nail
that
man was
might
the,
give you an advantage.
you know, the people were praying for vengeance. They were praying for justice. They were praying for all of these things, and they, excuse me, those names in the forest were the manifestation of their prayers.
Emotions
and
must be
so that's
discarded
why
to
I
make
did
the
it. I'm
perfect
assuming that's what it's going to
solution
be.
to a perfect deduction. Always remember that.
A bluff. In other words, I should just claim I have solid evidence. But what could I use as a bluff?
I love it. We just lie. Like, Halara's whole purpose in this has been to, like, reverse time and show us what happened, and then also tell us you're allowed to lie in the course of your duties. Incredible. And also to beat the shit out of Cop. She's really just doing the most. Oh, and also make herself rich. She has been doing that. Murder case report. Report concerning this. Suspicious footprints. Apparently made by dress shoes, though nothing further could be determined. Past nailman murder. This information was obtained by the church worshipper who knew about them. A nail driven into the portrait, perhaps in the place of a doll. I don't think it's this one. I'm assuming it's also not this one. Or, 'cause if we're lying, then we might just say we found something else. But I bet it was the... We're gonna start with the footprints and we'll see how it
Your
goes.
stupid fantasies.
You're... Oh god.
Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy.
Oh wait, no. That, I need to go to the right on that.
Proof that I'm the culprit.
The reasoning
Did you
deathmatch.
find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood? Of course there's no evidence.
There we go.
The truth.
We're just doing a little bit of a hee ha ha bluff. Also, he's covered in fishing line. Love that for him.
You left clear evidence at the clock tower's crime scene. There were footprints left under the window in the mud. When we inspected them, we found out they perfectly match your footprints.
Impossible. I already burned those shoes.
You gave yourself away.
Double negative has led to a proof positive impact. I'm afraid you gave yourself away. Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other clergy members? You don't need any help from me, sir. That's right. With their RGB superiority. Yeah, this game was designed by the people who are making gaming PCs, just like the Halo remake. Or the Halo Combat Evolved remake. But this is in a good way. That one was not.
I only enacted justice
Yeah.
in the name of God.
What's it like to go down for like a quadruple murder while just like an absolutely banging soundtrack plays out in the
Looks like it
background?
worked. Good job, Yuma.
Thanks.
Kanai Ward is rotten to the core. To save it, someone had to get their hands dirty. Those slain were the evil incarnate that harmed others. That's why the people asked the nailmen to kill them.
Also, okay, yeah, the way that this motive falls apart, really, I think, in my opinion,
Punished.
is the fact that, like,
And so
Amaterasu Corporation is the problem with Kanai
made
Ward.
them suffer.
If your goal was to
All I
take out the
did
evil, you needed to kill the Amaterasu
slay
people.
evil.
And obviously there were some connections to Amaterasu, but, like, there are executives of that company that you needed to take out. Like, this is like taking out the manager of an Amazon fulfillment center rather than Jeff Bezos, you know?
someone hates somebody bad enough, they give that name to the Nail Man.
Also, it wasn't like these
This
people were necessarily
priest
evil.
went
It was just
around
people
killing
wanted
those
to
people
die.
as the Nail Man.
The urban legend offered targets for murder.
A priest is supposed to be the voice of
Oh, big
God.
Shinigami running
But
now.
he went around killing
I mean, she
people
is
because
stepping on
someone
people.
wanted them dead.
So there's that.
What is awesome?
It's terrible. It's insane to think that he'd kill people for a reason
Yeah, I
like
guess we don't
that.
get the big Shinigami running though, actually. I kind
That
of
could
forgot
be
about
said
that.
about all murders. Insane people kill for insane
No.
reasons.
I hate this thing. Because it shows up in every sort of like crime thing ever where they're like, oh, they must be like he's not insane. He's acting rationally, frankly, within the structures and society that he lives in. He lives in Kanai Ward, a place where like there is no such thing as justice. You do not have a right to an attorney. You do not have a right to stay silent. You can just be executed because the police think that they don't like you and they don't want to have to actually figure out who committed the crime. Like, it makes perfect sense for somebody to turn to vigilantism in this situation, especially, frankly, if you're in a position of religious authority where you feel like you need to cleanse the evil or whatever. Like, he's not being insane. He's a bad person, yes. His crimes are unjustified, yes.
My
But also,
expectations
like,
of you weren't wrong
I mean, not
after
entirely
all.
unjustified. He did kill.
Is it
He did
finally
kill a
over?
real estate person,
Huh. Nothing's happening.
or not a real estate, like
But
specifically like a real estate
last time-
mogul.
Yeah.
So that's
The
okay.
soul of the true culprit who created this mystery labyrinth should appear. And since it didn't,
Wait.
it looks like this isn't over yet.
Uh-oh.
Huh? It's not over?
There are still mysteries related to the Nailman killings within this mystery labyrinth.
Interesting.
But we solved all of the locked rooms and
Oh, do we have to
discovered
figure
the
out
true
who
identity of the
who
Nailman.
wrote each person's name?
Was I wrong? But the priest even confessed to it.
Calm down, Yuma. There's no need to panic.
All three of the other
If
clergy
the
members were
mailman's
the people who
identity
wrote
is
the names.
exposed and all mysteries are yet to be solved.
The clergy
Then
members
most
each were
likely
responsible for
someone
one of
else's
those.
agenda is involved in this string of killings.
Or it's Seth.
Someone else's agenda?
Wait, no, it's Seth. Seth wanted each of these people dead. That was their names out there. If you ready for work, but I hope you have a wonderful day. Aw, thank you very much, Wild Heart. You have a good day too, handsome.
Meaning the
Hope work
Nailman
goes smoothly.
didn't work alone.
You mean there's another
Well, I mean,
culprit?
he worked alone, but he had an accomplice in
Yuma,
the sense that other people
if
wrote
you
those
consider
names.
yourself to be a detective, you must see the truth through to the very end. No mystery concludes with a dead end. There is nothing we detectives cannot solve.
I do think it's going to be the rest of the clergy have all,
All right.
like, those were all names that they wrote down for one
we have
reason
to
or
review
another.
these killings from a different perspective.
Because the woman was presumably killed. Well, she was killed differently too. Like, her actual fatal injury was from a blow to the back of the head. Yeah, I'm saying, like, to find the hitman. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, Scarlet. Like, you have to find out who
Out of the four
wanted
locked
them
rooms,
dead.
if any of them were hiding a mysterious secret,
Because who are our victims too? I don't know if this is really what we're looking for. Yeah, no, not case files. We're looking for solution keys. Because I don't think it's actually explained who this victim was. But, like, why was she killed? This guy was killed in the casino for some sort of a reason. I'm assuming, I don't know, like, why they picked them. But yeah, I'm assuming that we're going to have to pick the people who
it would be
tried
the
to call
one
for
that's
those deaths. And I'm
obviously
guessing that all four of the
different
people
from
who've been
others.
suspects so far are going to still be the other ones.
Different.
Master, I can
Or it's just that one room is
my
different, which I
help.
think is the...
Isn't that right? That's what you want.
No, I don't want your
right?
help. I think I can figure this out. It's the museum one, because the museum one she was bashed on the back of the head and the crime was a... Yeah, the museum crime wasn't the same. They didn't have the dolls, or like as many of the dolls and stuff. And she was hit or killed with a blow to the back of the head.
can't
And I'm
send
betting it was the
Tony
worshiper who
you.
did
You're
that
so
one. Or else it's gonna be
helpless like
everybody.
that. Okay, Master, lay it all out.
I don't know what I'm thinking anymore. But either way, that was the third one, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the third one. But yeah, we're gonna. I think it has to be who requested the killings.
Let's
The art
work
gallery.
together as a team.
Victims. Is it wound? Is there a W?
Twirling, twirling, twirling.
Victim's death. I'm guessing it's probably just what it ends up being here.
That's right.
Yes.
Go, go, go.
A is down here.
Nice.
Oh god. Too long to rewind. Or like to recharge, whatever.
That's right. Great.
There we go. I don't know why that's loud. Do we have 4-barrel games? I don't know if we have 4-barrel games or if it's just going to be the one. Because they did say, like, one of these crimes is different than the others. And I do think that it's this one specifically is different because her death was different from the others. Everyone else was strangled, but she was beaten over the head. Like, someone... Yeah. Because we might not have to figure out who hired... Or maybe it was the worshipper. Maybe the worshipper was the one leaving those messages there because they wanted to get...
A new path's
stuff.
opened
I don't
up.
know. We'll have to
If
figure this
so,
out.
then the truth should be somewhere down there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Are we gonna... Is there any discussion dialogue? No. Let's see what happens.
I see. So the cause of death for the victim at the art gallery storage is the only one that's different.
Yeah, everyone else was strangled and then nailed to stuff. But that one was hit in the back of the head, and then she was, like, they went through the effort of replicating the crime in terms of, like,
Right.
creating the
victims
wounds
in the
on her
other
neck
locked
from the
rooms
rope
were
and
all
the nails.
strangled to death. All had strangulation marks and scratches, defensive wounds.
And the worshipper would be the only one who knows that
The
stuff,
victim in
because
the
those
third locked
details of
room
the
had
crimes were not made
strangulation
public.
marks, but no signs of resistance.
Oh yeah, and the strangulation mark, yeah, there was no signs of resisting, that's why we know it wasn't that. But, yeah, because the details of how people died were not made public. So, it'd be one thing to replicate, like, oh, there's nails everywhere, there's dolls, whatever. Like, that part isn't hard to replicate because that stuff, I think, at least to some degree, was publicly known. But the strangulation was not known to the public. The only people who knew that were, like, Seth, and the people who were involved in the investigations, and,
There's also evidence
and
of
the worshipper.
traumas to the head, which can be considered the fatal blow.
So it's possible... Actually, what I'm guessing is that the worshipper,
marks
like,
could have
she was
been
never
made
written on there.
after the victim died. So as to
The
appear
worshipper-
as if strangulation was the cause of death.
Basically just wanted to get even with her because she was sleeping with somebody else, I'm guessing. Like, he loved her, and she was sleeping around, whatever, because this game, like, kind of weirdly slut-shamed her. And I'm betting that that's... Since he knows so much of the crime, he was like, oh yeah, I can kill her, and I can just pretend this is another Nailman killing. Like, they'll look the same as the others, because nobody else knows enough to know that this isn't exactly accurate. But then who was it who... I guess maybe they... I guess the other person must have witnessed it.
Here's another obstacle. But it's likely to be an insignificant one.
No, it isn't,
You
Alara.
Let's solve this mystery and move on.
Right.
Stabby stabby. Why was the cause of death made to look like strangulation? Coincidence. The work of a copycat. And the only copycat could have been the worshipper, because he's the only one who knew.
Right here.
We did it. Watch everybody except for the nun end up being implicated in this. Like, that's how wrong I'm gonna end up being about all of it.
The strangulation was faked to imply this crime had the same perpetrator as the other 3 incidents.
It's the best
By
ending. Yeah.
making the crime
The ending where I'm
as
just like,
similar as
the most
possible,
wrong I could
it
possibly be.
appears like the Nailman was responsible for an unrelated murder. Which means...
I'm gonna move over a little bit
this
so she
was
can
a
actually, like, she doesn't
copycat
get
crime.
hit on the walls.
I agree.
Oh, I mean, Halara's kind of struggling back there, but that's okay. Remember when I was like, there's no way this is going to take more than 45
Among
minutes?
the
That was
string
45
of
minutes ago.
mailman killings, there could be some that were done by copycat criminals.
That has to be why the mystery labyrinth still remains, even after discovering the mailman's identity. So who is the copycat criminal?
Indeed, we need to uncover this imposter's identity.
All right.
It has to be the Worshipper, right? Because there's nobody else who knew enough. And it'll take longer than another 45 minutes. Like that. This game is taking a lot longer in general than I was expecting to play, which is good. I like playing it.
You're
Wait,
accusing me of
the
being
child.
a copy?
Why is the child in here? He doesn't say anything. I think he's confused. What happens if I accuse him? He's just a little guy.
I told you already. I have nothing to do with this.
Uh-oh, silly goofy guy.
You are the copycat criminal.
Huh? Me? What are you talking about?
It would be really funny if it was
I
the
told
kid.
you all about the Nailman, and even cooperated with your investigation.
Yeah, because you wanted to lead us to the priest.
And now you think I'm a murderer? Are you fucking kidding me?
It's sad because I did also find him hot. I forgot who
Your
it was.
investigation isn't
Ooh.
worth shit. I'll crush you to dust, you filth!
I mean, I know that this transformation is pretty much identical to the priest, but I'm just living for it a little bit more. It just works for me. Only thing worse than a murderer, a child. Yeah. Wait, I just realized that's a reference. Fuck, I'm stupid. Only one thing worse than a murderer. A child. No! It's non-public information.
Why accuse me of being the culprit?
Or I mean, like, that's gonna be the, like... That's gonna be a part of it.
I
It might
was
not
just
be this
first on
one.
the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the Nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Oh,
I knew it.
the change of the cause of death is no coincidence because it was done by a copycat.
In
Copycat tried
that
to cover up the
case,
cause of death. Yeah, they would have only seen it, they wouldn't have known.
Why
Okay, so that's
accuse
my
me
bad.
of being the culprit?
It is the only thing I don't like about how these games sometimes work, where, like, because if you're trying to get it done quickly,
Why
sometimes
do
you
you
just...
think I'm a copycat criminal?
There's something that sounds like it could work because of how it's
Could have all
phrased, but
been
it
the
just isn't
Nailman.
really the right thing. I'm sure, like, the
Cause
one
of
after
death
that one
was
is
just
going to be the
different each
correct.
time, yeah?
It wasn't different each time, it
Even
was the
if
same
there
every
was
time
a
except that
copycat
one.
criminal, why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat. Anyone could have done it.
Wait, no, let me swing on it, come on. There we go.
Flash through this mystery.
Uh-oh.
The cause of death in the art gallery was blunt force trauma, faked as a strangling to resemble the Nailman's MO. But the murders all being strangulations wasn't made public right away. The only ones who knew that were those who actually set foot on the crime scenes. That includes the Nailman himself, the peacekeepers, and the first eyewitnesses on the scene.
Each time, that was
Which
him.
means you. You could have committed the murder in the art gallery.
Master, after him!
Oh.
Be some
Thank you for the hydration
sensitive,
check, Skylight.
nonsensical phantom!
The what?
Sensitive? She said sensitive, nonsensical phantom, right? Are we gonna get to still do Big Shinigami? Is that still gonna be the conclusion of this?
For the first on
Yes,
the scene to
that's what this
also be
is.
the culprit is rather cliche.
He was always suspicious, but because the real Nailman was someone else, I didn't connect the dots. He was fascinated by the Nailman, and by studying him, he eventually knew more about him than anyone else. Ultimately, he became the Nailman.
But only
It's
for one kill.
ironic that he exposed his own crime by knowing too much about the other ones.
Master, the truth is right there! My radar is banging like crazy!
Banging?
That's how radars work, right?
Go away! I won't let you! You have the truth!
Looks like we've arrived at the final stage.
Yeah, let's just ask
If
Apex.
we make him submit,
I mean,
we'll
I still think that
completely solve the
Apex
mystery labyrinth.
was the true villain of the first case. If he was, do not spoil that for me. Do not confirm or deny or indicate or hint in any way in that one, because I think you've gotten far enough along that you'll know maybe what happened. But I am so certain that that first trial we're gonna like go back and redo it, and it's gonna be like, wait, but we didn't address this piece of evidence. Or like in the very first court case, I am very. I don't know if you've seen it. I am like ride or die on the conspiracy theory that that case is going to be just like with all the Danganronpa ones where like the first trial is always revisited and is wrong. And I'm certain that the first one was wrong. Because they didn't address all the evidence. And I'm pretty sure that it was actually Apex and they just got it wrong. I'm very certain about this. And I want the pure euphoria of being proven correct 45 hours from now. Big Shinigami. Alright, let's go. God Shinigami. Alright.
Let's do this, Master!
Oh fuck, I forgot what controls are. I'll leave you to believe that then. I don't believe exactly what I want to believe. No one can convince me.
You will never destroy this
Fuck, I forget what the... Oh god.
Damn you!
Tackle.
Stop it!
Jump. There we go.
Shut up! Damn this! Stop with your lies! Everything was done by the nail man! I'm not the culprit! How dare you accuse me when you have no proof?
Hey Kiefer, how's it going?
You didn't even check the crime scenes back then!
What are... Sure.
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
There we go.
Thanks to
Back
Halara's
again.
forte, we were able to see what each crime scene looked like.
You got
at that
your
time.
wish. It's the giant, giant
My power
Shinigami.
allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when a third party...
Oh, right, because the paint can was knocked over by the worshipper. So when he first saw the crime scene, it didn't have that. And also he was the culprit. But like, that would mean that whoever saw it next saw it with the paint can knocked over.
first entered.
Back Jiggle Run. Yeah,
We
exactly.
used post-cognition to gather all the evidence.
Time to end him!
I love the part where I'm very stupid and I forget everything that's going on around me, so like, even though I'm pretty sure that I've already said some of these things, it still feels like a brand new revelation to me because I just forget that I said them.
Stop it! Get away
I
from me!
pressed the right button!
Find you! Get away from me! Get away! Get away!
I'm guessing that he did
Cares
kill
if
her
you
because
use
of like,
post-cognition.
her
You only saw what I saw as the first person on scene. No clue
incorrect.
will help lead you to the culprit.
It's the paint bucket.
You're never gonna
Should've gone
find the
to
culprit.
Mexico.
What you saw is only what I saw the moment the corpse was discovered.
Just finding the solution, or the fortress with a solution key. Oh, I just have to press this. Thin person. Caked up thin person makes a returning appearance. But it was the paint on the floor.
Halara's post-cognition showed us that the paint can at the gallery storage entrance had been knocked over. And according to the art gallery staff member's testimony, that was your doing. You went into the crime scene first, and the art gallery employee behind you noticed you knocking over the paint can. But Halara's post-cognition only shows the scene when the corpse is first discovered. So if you were the first person to find the body, the scene before the paint can fell over would have been recreated. But it wasn't. The paint can had already been knocked over when the corpse was discovered. That means the first person to find the corpse was the art gallery staff member, not you. The reason you didn't count as the first person to find it is because you're the culprit.
This is the truth of the case!
Dead. Oh, he really does have some nice muscle definition though. Although I wish his legs were a little bit beefier to match the torso, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't skip leg day. You gotta get your leg days in. Some sour skills, but that's like extra 30 minutes of cardio. That's fair.
Master, finish him! Shove all your evidence.
Yeah, leg day
into
is
the
mandatory.
solution
It's the
blade
worst
and
experience,
slash
but like,
as hard as you can.
as the internet has proven, if you have like tree trunk thighs, that'll get you a lot further than almost anything else, because everyone wants to be crushed between thick thighs. Oh yeah, we have to do the recreation of the story now. That's me. Yeah, exactly, me too. The Nailman Killings. Reduction denouement. I appreciate that very few of my viewers actually speak French. Well, I can just kind of do my bad, terrible, awful French, and nobody knows. How do I scroll through these on the end? I mean, we'll look for the eyeless doll. Seriously, what is the button for this? It's not X. I thought there was a button to like scroll through those rapidly, whatever. Oh wait, it's... Oh yeah, we're gonna look for the eyeless doll first. We're gonna do that one. Wait. Oh. Whatever. Okay. We'll go back to the vent, because that one was over here. Okay, and now... yeah, the vent nails. Sure, we'll look back at the corpse's neck for now, because I think that one's pretty close. Over tie to the vent. Yeah, the fishing line. But then, past the line through last, the back of the corpse's neck. Okay. And then... let's... it's back here, isn't it? Okay, and then... the key. There we go. And then... the rope ladder was used to get out of there. And then it was tossed in the incinerator. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. The priest was the nailman, and then... the nailman is the priest. And then the worshipper is just a copycat killer. And look at that. Of the two guilty people, I had a 40% chance of guessing randomly correctly, and I got it entirely wrong. Love that for us. Like somebody who probably was not like I don't think the nun was supposed to be
Step right up, step right
a very
up.
obvious suspect. But alas.
A series of locked room murders based on an urban legend. Will you discover the true identity of the Nail Man? Truth bombs are about to be dropped. Time for the deduction denouement.
Deduction denouement.
To solve the mystery of this string of events, we have to know who the Nail Man is first.
Oh, okay,
The
now it's
Nail Man is an urban legend of Conyward. You write down the name of someone you want dead, and drive a nail through it and a doll to a tree behind the church. And the Nail Man will kill that person for you with a countless number of nails.
A string of murders exactly like that urban legend began half a year ago.
All of the crime scenes featured a corpse and dolls nailed down within a locked room. The first murder happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki district.
The victim was none other than the geezer who owned the place, and the cause of death was strangulation.
I love the pink
I
photos
heard
in
the
this setting,
buy-in
it's
to
so
place
cool.
a bet was pretty steep, and cheating was rampant, so it was obviously a scummy place.
Yeah, someone
The
just
key
wanted
to
him
the
dead
door
because
was
they got
inside
scammed.
of a glass. And the vent that connects outside looked too high for escape to be possible.
But the culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footholds to climb. The proof? Why, the nails that were bent downward.
The vent was not screwed down at the time of the murder, so it could easily be removed and used as an escape route. The second murder happened 3 months ago. It was at a mansion near Ginma district.
The victim was some real estate agent who lived there.
Oh, he was a
Cause
real
of
estate
death
agent. I thought he was like
again
someone who owned a lot of real
strangulation.
estate.
He made a lot of money through shady real estate deals, so of course someone would be out to get him.
The door to the crime scene was the only possible entrance. But the key to that door was underneath the nailed-down victim. After the culprit escaped, some sort of trick was used to get the key back into the room.
A fishing line passed from the vent through the eye socket of the doll and propped up the upper body of the corpse.
Like,
All
this
that was
isn't
left
just
was to
doing
enter
the
the
absolute
room,
most.
lock it,
Which I love. I
throw
love how
the
these
key
games
into
always do the
vent,
most.
and
But it's just like,
boom, you've got yourself a locked room mystery.
The key was tossed under the victim from the vent, and once the fishing line was retrieved, the
Soaked
corpse's
up like
upper
spaghetti.
body fell over, completing the crime scene.
The nails on the upper body didn't pierce through completely, so it wasn't nailed down at all.
I mean, you could have gotten through this by just like.
The
I don't
third
think
murder
it
happened
actually-
1 month ago in an art gallery storage room in Ginma
Oh,
district.
this was only a month ago? Alright, no.
The skank's cause of death was blood force
Don't
trauma.
say that, Shinigami.
She was a pretty
Asshole.
lady who let her looks get to her head,
Why are we
and
slut
she
shaming
got
this
boom
woman?
killed.
The key to the storage room was nailed to a painting through a doll. Another trick was used to get the key back inside the room here.
The painting with the doll nailed to it was propped up against the window, and then the culprit left the room. They nailed the key to the painting through the window, knocked it over, and bam! All done!
Those are the truths behind the past 3 cases. And now, there's been another murder at the clock tower in Kanai-ward.
The woman's cause of death was strangulation. Since you told that kid you'd take care of it, we gotta solve this case.
The clock tower crime scene is rather high up on the 3rd floor. The door was locked from the inside, and the window shutters were also locked. But there was rainwater under the window, and the nails in 2 of the dolls had rub marks.
In other words, the culprit must have hung a rope ladder from the dolls to escape out the window. With my logic, anything is possible.
Why are you imitating Halara? Anyway. The killer cut their footing on the way down from the window. That way, they could just pull on one side of the rope to retrieve the whole thing.
The shutters come down under their own weight, so they locked once the rope was collected. I'm surprised you noticed the auto-locking feature. You sure love your shutters, Master.
The rope ladder was collected, then burned
Incinerated.
in the church
A little bit was
incinerator,
saved.
which only clergy have access to.
That's how we know the Nailman must be someone from the clergy.
But one question arose from this.
I don't know how big my thighs are actually. I should check.
The Nailman killing share one more characteristic.
I also don't know what like the average size of thighs are. So
This piece of information wasn't publicized.
that might have been something that's off stream. I don't know where my measuring tape is.
The cause of death in the art gallery murder was blunt force trauma. The strangulation marks were added later.
Which means that it was someone mimicking the Nailman. But I already know the identity of the copycat killer.
I just want to see this whole conclusion thing through. Can't get thick. I can't let thick thighs distract
the
me from that.
Nailman must be someone thin enough to pass through the vent.
Someone with the skills to throw the key with precision.
It's not skills. It's physical ability because they were.
And someone affiliated
injured.
with the church.
The priest! You're the Nailman!
Uh-oh, he's dead. As is the worshipper.
And the copycat is someone who knows that all of the victims were strangled to death.
Because he was the first witness in each case, the person capable of replicating the Nailman's crimes is...
The worshipper! You're the copycat criminal!
We solved murders. We solved 4 murders. That's so efficient of us. And now 2 other extra people are dead because we do death penalty here. Magical death penalty too.
This is the truth of the case!
Yeah, that's a bit of a... That's a noise. I feel like it's probably eventually going to be a... Well, okay, because this is my thing, Scarlet. This is part of my conspiracy with the first case. We didn't actually see who died. There was no confirmation of who died. There's no, like, the body collapsed in front of us type of shit. All we know is that somebody died as a result of that one. And I'm guessing that that's going to be the reveal, is that,
It's
like,
the truth. The soul of the true culprit who built this mystery labyrinth.
someone suddenly dropping
I
dead.
see. It looks otherworldly, but there's an ominous air around it.
Oh, wait. Excuse me, wrong button.
Thank you,
It said-
Halara.
I know it said who
I
died.
was only-
No, what it said, Silver, specifically was like Shinigami told Yuma that he died, or that the guilty person would die, and then one of the grunts ran up to the gangster guy, the whatever his name is, and whispered in his ear, and then he panicked. He was like, "He what?" And then Yuma says specifically, it was Zilch who died. Or Zilch, he just told you Zilch died, didn't he? And the man behind him was like, what? But he didn't confirm it was Zilch. And my theory is that was quick thinking where he was like, you guessed wrong, but we're just going to let you keep going on with it because that'll help us get away with something else down the road, whatever. Or that he didn't know who he was supposed to be impersonating. He didn't know what the guy's fake name was going to be. Like, he didn't know that it was Zilch who was specifically the fake. He just knew that there was a fake agent and that was whatever. And so, I mean, they're both dead regardless now. But how they died and where they died is going to matter. Because if we find a body that looks exactly like Aphex down the road, because I do think it was Aphex, the body that we thought was Aphex was unrecognizable. Like, they specifically were like, the body isn't, we can't identify the body, but it has his necklace on, so we assume it's him, which is bullshit because the necklace would be damaged, whatever. But we're going to find Aphex's body, like, fully formed somewhere down the road, dying of some mysterious circumstance, and that's going to be our proof. I'm going to be right.
Able to
I am
make it this
certain.
far thanks to you.
I only kept my part of the deal. You made the right choice hiring
I'm going to
me.
be holding this until, like, even if I'm wrong in the
I will
actual game
say
itself,
one
if there's any post-game content, I will be...
You've taken
I mean, there's gonna be like 4
another
DLCs.
step
I'm gonna keep
toward
wandering
being
through all of those,
detective.
being like, no, Aphex was definitely the villain of that
That
first
much is
case.
certain.
I do think so, Silver.
Halara Nightmare, acknowledge you.
Really?
Love you, Halara. Love that for you.
Do?
Oh, Yuma's blushing. Everyone thinks I'm wrong, but I'm going to be proven right. Hi, Shinigami.
All right, all eyes on Shinigami.
What's about to happen?
Uh-oh,
Isn't it
deaths.
obvious?
Shinigami
The moment
Jealousy.
we've all been waiting for. Time to boom kill the bad guy.
I won't take the bet because I know the answers. No hints, no giving it away.
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair.
But it will make up for all of my tiny brain energy throughout all of this game if I can prove that I was correct about that first one from the first case. Because there's evidence that wasn't addressed there, and also, every Danganronpa game has that approach. I love this music, it's so good. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm expecting this game to give me brain damage because they all do, and that's the good part of them. We did it. Bum, 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 bum. Sorry, that like Dora music has been going through my head every single time that we've like solved anything in this game. And we're living conditions. Manto, popular meat bun shop. Master Detective, popular sports, yes. It's like a single footstep. Crime generally isn't bad here unless you venture deeper inside, that is. Kamasaki. Electrowave Detective. Master Detective with a forte that can intercept and comprehend radio waves. This detective was not summoned to Kanai Ward. Interesting. That feels like information we're not supposed to know. Oh.
Father?
Okay, see, look, this is the thing. Again, they're showing these people are dead. They never showed Aphex slash Zilch. Well, Zilch, but really Aphex falling over dead in front of us.
What's going on? What happened to those two?
They were the guilty parties.
There's no pulse. They're dead.
A body has been discovered.
What?
What? What is this?
Uh-oh, Halara forgot.
I sure worked hard today. Feels so good to boom kill the murderer.
It's a murder.
The mystery labyrinth crumbles when you reap the soul of the true culprit. Then, the cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price by vanishing with it.
And I guess the only hole in my
remember
theory
what
about it really is that the mystery labyrinth, I
But it
think,
still
did crumble
hurts
in the
to see
first
someone die
case.
before my eyes.
No, I don't think Halara can see
It's like
Shinigami. I don't know if she even remembers
I killed
this.
them myself.
Oh, Yuma, you're going down your
No,
Shuichi path.
I did kill them. I killed them with the ruthless blade of the truth.
Yeah, no, it's a Shuichi arc.
Humans boom kill cows and pigs all the time and eat them. You don't feel bad about that,
Shinigami's making
right?
a reverse veganism argument.
These were the souls of deranged murderers. At least you didn't eat them. If you look at it that way, there's nothing to feel bad about at all.
It's not so simple when it comes to people dying.
Did you people do this? Did you kill them with some kind of poison?
No. What?
Hey, hold on. I have no idea what's going on here. Too much is happening all at once.
Oh, my poor dumb husband.
We shall
Can't
talk
think of anything.
at headquarters. Follow me there.
Also, we're gonna go until the chapter like properly ends, and then that's where the stream is gonna end. Just because I do need to stream again in another hour
Is
and a
it
half to
just
Tears of the
me,
Kingdom,
or
and I just
are
wanted to get through
things
this
more
part.
complicated now than before entering the mystery labyrinth.
Oh, you want help? Are you going to rely on me again? Oh, Fine. I can't say no when you ask for help.
Everyone!
He came back to life! Possess them to make them confess to their
Sorry about
crimes.
that. You see, I'm actually the nail.
What?
These are my final words, so I can't lie. I'm the nailman. The worshiper laying there is just a copycat criminal. Search the church for the tools used in each crime. I'm sure you'll find plenty of evidence. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check it out. Thanks!
Just the most deranged confession of all time. Love that for them. Like, also, no evidence.
That?
She's just like, oh yeah,
That
I did
was a
it,
super
bye.
lazy confession. Will it work?
And to be
That
fair,
should do it.
they're pretty lazy
We
in
even have witnesses, so
Peacekeepers.
this case is closed.
The priest mumbled something, but I couldn't quite hear him.
Great excuse, Seth. Love that for you.
Anyway, everyone here will be taken to Amaterasu Corporation.
If I don't hear what I want to hear, I will simply not hear it.
What?
Well, I guess it's, if I hear what I don't want to hear, then I simply will not hear it.
Please,
Ghost type move on a normal type.
this is why I hate authority.
Shinigami is an anarchist. Love that for
What do
her.
I do?
She's gonna possess him again.
Wait, I hear something.
Huh? What now?
A motorcycle?
A motorbike. Something is heading this way at an alarming speed.
It can't be.
Who?
Where is that coming from?
Who is this?
What are you doing here?
Oh shit.
Who are you?
You dare speak so carelessly? Who do you think I am?
Oh no, he's gonna be another one that I'm
The
gonna
hero
go
who defends
be down
peace
bad
and
for.
order in Kanai Ward. Director of the Amaterasu Peacekeepers. The Honorable Yomi Hellsmile.
Never mind, I don't know if I'm vibing with him. For once, I'm not falling for a villain. The red hair's a bit of a slave,
Peacekeeper's
but
director?
it's not about the face.
So he is the
and
head of the
being normal.
Peacekeepers.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you know, small fry. Bow down.
Nah. Actually, never mind, I take it back. He is kind of hot. I didn't see his eyebrows before, and they were kind of throwing me off that he had no eyebrows.
What are you doing here?
I mean, I guess now that the worshipper's
No
dead, I do
need
need
to
someone
be
to replace him.
alarmed. Benevolent Director Yomi is here to help.
What is your deal, lady?
Oh, excuse me for the late introduction. I am Vice Director of the Peacekeepers, Martina Electro.
I wonder who could be the detective who understands the electro or can interfere with electromagnetic signals. Could it be Martina Electro? It probably isn't, but I feel like we found out that information at a real apt time.
She's my beloved right hand.
Oh god, don't be creepy
No one
straight people.
else gets to have
Oh,
her.
never mind. Any interest in him is already gone.
What's with him?
Master, be careful. This Yomi guy is dangerous.
Duh.
Huh?
I've never seen anyone emit such a dangerous aura before.
I mean, he's the leader
He's
of, like, the
that
private
bad?
military that exists within this city.
So, what brings you here?
Sure.
Oh, right. I was so focused on my beloved right hand that I completely forgot.
Switch it up, try your luck
As
sometime.
mentioned earlier, Director Yomi is here to help. I hear you've been troubled by Seth's unreasonable treatment. Is that right?
No, don't punish Seth.
Huh?
Director Yomi, what is going on here? Why am I?
Uh-oh.
We had discovered you've been receiving sizable kickbacks for facilitating donations meant for the church.
Oh, he's corrupt. I mean, obviously. Yeah. Wait, is he actually? There's like
We now
framing
know
for
why
this.
you were so desperate to clean up all the nail
I see, I see.
After all, it would be troublesome to lose access to all that money if the priest was arrested as the nailman.
Wait, please. Director Yomi, I did this under your orders.
Uh-oh.
Did you say something? Because I didn't hear a thing.
Wait, I'm just realizing with he has like
only did
blue
this
underdyed
because
hair or
you
whatever.
ordered me to.
It's giving the
Seth, you
the
make me sad.
what is it? Fire Emblem.
I'm the hero and
The
defender
newest
of
game. What is the
peace
newest
in
game in
this
that
city.
series? You know what I mean,
My
right? One of those like
peacekeepers
Pepsi Man
are
with the red and
proud
blue.
soldiers of that mission. And yet, you let yourself be corrupted. How could you? Seth, for the sake of the peacekeepers and
Or are
the
they gonna
peace
just like
of
execute
God I
him
ward,
right here? God damn, all my men are falling.
die.
Taking advantage of your position as a peacekeeper executive is a serious crime. The punishment must be severe.
But...
Can't have anything nice.
Yeah, I'm annoyed my own underling would betray me like this. I'm so annoyed. I'd go insane if I didn't toy around with my beloved right hand.
I'm not
It's
liking
an
this.
honor.
He's terrible.
Oh.
Like a lizard cutting off its own tail to survive.
Someone like him is in charge of the Peacekeepers?
Don't look him in the eyes. Don't talk to him either. If possible, don't even breathe the same air as him. Though it's probably too late for that.
Well then. To our shit-for-brains friends playing detective. Looks like I have to give you a warning. Know your place in my city and stay there. Follow the rules and don't
Sorry.
disturb our peace.
I don't know any of the Danganronpa characters by like their
I'll need you to
family names or
die.
whatever because I only ever know like I played them all with like the English versions. But I keep having to Google who everybody is.
In this city, Director Yomi is both the law and the peacekeepers itself. Defying us means you defy law and order. You will receive fitting treatment for such behavior.
We solved the crime and revealed corruption.
Before
Fuck
you
off,
were
Yomi.
insignificant specks of dust. But now that you've banded together, you've become an eyesore.
Yeah, I know it is. I had to
Detectives,
Google
my
it real quickly.
ass. Annoying little shits.
So rude.
Wow. That's not very nice.
Jesus.
Let's go, my beloved right hand.
Yes, Director Yomi.
I actually really like Ishimaru. Or
Looks like we've been targeted by someone dangerous.
I'll just reopen it.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Yeah, Kiyotaka.
One wrong move and it would have been all over. You got that?
We saved the day. Fuck off,
Sorry,
Yako.
but... No
Yako's
buts! None! How did this happen anyway?
Laura, help me out. Please explain what happened. You said you acknowledged me as a detective, didn't you?
She can't remember anything that happened in that.
What? When did I say that?
Aw.
Huh?
It's such a shame, Master. Everything that happens in the Mystery Labyrinth gets forgotten.
What?
Elara's memory must have been wiped after entering and leaving the labyrinth.
That's unfortunate.
Nothing inside the Mystery Labyrinth can be taken into the real world. Not even memories. Unless you have a contract with yours truly, that is.
But I thought Halara and I had finally reached an
So
understanding.
sorry, Yuma. You deserve better than that.
Memories from up until you enter the Mystery Labyrinth are retained, like the debt you owe for your assignment.
Aw.
That's awful!
Hey, Yuma? Are you listening? You better make sure this doesn't happen again.
Again, Make sure what
By
doesn't
the
happen
way,
again, that we solve a crime?
Our submarine office is tipping over. Are you sure the Peacekeepers didn't mess with it?
Wait, what?
What? Serious? I have to go back and repair it. Yuma, help me out. Follow me.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
It was supposed to be time for you to reveal the solution, but we've ended up in quite the mess.
Huh? Yeah.
Not going
This
anywhere
is
next
my
time. Yeah,
first
exactly.
time dealing with the true culprit dying before they could be accused. But I recall how you did your best to try and solve the case.
Huh?
You should be proud.
Laura.
Look, the chief is calling for you. You should go.
Right. Thank you.
Aw. Honestly, the sections of this game take so long that it might be better to just break them up into multiple streams rather than trying to play them, like, play through the whole investigation and also the whole, and the whole mystery labyrinth each time. Although I don't know if this one is just because it's, like, an especially long one because it's the first one where you get to, like, meet all of the new detectives and all that. Like, that might have been part of the issue for me. But yeah, like, the last stream took 5-something hours, didn't it? Hold on, how long did the last one take?
Are you serious? A Peacekeeper executive was taking bribes from the church?
Wait, do I have the auto pointer?
If Director Yomi said so, it would be considered the truth.
Yeah, the last one
even
took
if it
5
isn't.
hours just to get up to the mystery labyrinth for
What
the
about
first
the
half of
priest
this
being
chapter.
the nailman?
They're all gonna take 8 hours, and maybe
It's
better to
going to
start
be
much earlier in
publicly
the day. or
announced
whatever.
as the
Whatever.
truth.
Excuse me.
It appears the
Wait.
priest's strong desire to save others turned him into the nailman. He saw people wishing for revenge as they hammered those nails in the forest and decided he needed to save them. That was the motive, though it could all be a story made up by the Peacekeepers.
So, what about the kitty cat criminal?
You mean the copycat?
That one was already publicized as well. They say the copycat did it out of admiration for the real nailman.
I don't think that's why. I think it's because.
And in the end, he felt so much guilt that he poisoned himself? And none of this really makes
Or I guess it
any
could have just been someone else left the
sense.
nail up there and he decided to just do it, whatever.
It sure didn't look like death by poison to me.
It was me! I did it along with that detective kneeling in penitence over there.
Oh, hey, look, my husband's in the fireplace
It would
again.
make more sense to assume Yomi killed them somehow.
He died by boom kill,
Especially
exactly.
when you consider the timing. He'd do it without batting an eye.
Yomi Hellsmile, the director of the Peacekeepers, the leader of our enemy.
I heard he rode in on a dragon.
Kabuki, please.
No, it was a motorcycle.
From what I've investigated, the Peacekeepers' influence is gaining ground at Amaterasu Corporation. There's some sort of power struggle going on. Seems like they're getting their way internally.
Interesting.
I hear that their boss, Yomi, is extraordinarily dangerous.
Extraordinary. So he is very normal? How scary.
Kabuki.
It's only a matter of time until the Peacekeepers gain complete control of the corporation. When that happens, they might outright attack the World Detective Organization.
Perhaps the WDO made its move
Your head
because they saw the
110% air.
warning signs.
Exactly. She's
If that's
just
the
vibing.
case, it could have something to do with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? We still know nothing about it, huh?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the mailman incident. I wonder what it could be.
Sheesh, so much to deal with. This sounds exhausting.
Correct.
Didn't I tell you that from the start?
We have to obey directives from number one, no matter how difficult they are.
Well, we got some very talented master detectives gathered here. I'm sure it'll be fine. So much. No, everything changes from now on. Yuma, you can take a seat now.
My legs feel numb.
Don't stick your neck out recklessly from now on, for everyone's sake. Got it?
Got it.
Hey, we worked super hard. I'm so stressed I could die. Oh wait, but I can't die.
Do we have a visitor? That's rare. Yuma, can you go get it?
Sure.
Oh, hey, kiddo.
Oh, it's you.
This place shirt says 1, 2, 3, 4,
My
5, 6,
dad is
7.
back safe at home. It's all thanks to you.
Aw, we helped the kiddo.
Thank you for
Also, how did you
helping
find
us.
us?
No, I just... Well, I'm happy for you.
Aw, look at you getting thanked. You were on your knees just a moment ago.
And I get thanked a minute after being on my knees
Be
often.
quiet.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
Did someone else die or something?
Will you play catch with me?
Aw,
Huh? Catch? But it's raining.
it's always raining.
Actually, sure. Let's play.
Aw. Cute moment.
The unending rain.
Go play catch with your dad, though. Didn't he just get back?
Faraway raindrops. My hands still have yet to grasp a single thing. I'm still lost. Is it all right for me to be here? But with the worn baseball gripped in my hand, my heart somehow feels lighter.
Sure. Why not?
Why I wanted to be a detective. It could have been for the sake of something so small that it fits in my
That's not
hand.
too much of a throw. He's got a bit of an arm, but he is...
Maybe I should give myself credit for this small realization. So, for just a bit longer, I think I'll keep pretending to be a detective.
Chapter 1, The Nailman Killings End. That was a wholesome ending. That was nice. I don't think we're getting many more of those. Result. Deduction, SS. Judgment, S. Ram, SS. Stamina, C. Oh, fuck. I mean, I guess I did make a shitload of mistakes throughout all that. That's fair. We got our rank up. We got several ranks up, it looks like, actually. That's cool. Saving current progress. Yes. You kind of died in the barrel. Yeah, I did. Wait, let me go back to the main menu. Because we have saved now. If it doesn't just let me quit to the menu after this, then I'll just go home and we'll go back to the main menu and then we'll end the stream there. We've kept this under 3 hours, which is good, even though I thought it would be under 2. But you know what? In my defense, they had to do a lot of talking. I feel like this game is a lot faster to play through just in general if you're just reading it, you're not waiting for all the dialogue to play out. But I feel like when you're streaming it, it feels kind of rude to not listen to it properly, you know? You know what, actually... We're going to close that there so that when we restart the actual playthrough of the game, we'll get through it. Yeah, the dialogue is way more immersive. But, like... Whenever I play games by myself, I usually... Like, I hate having to wait for people to talk. I, like, exclusively skip through and just read it myself because I'm a quick reader. But yeah. That was the end of Chapter 1 ADHD moment. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, look at that. We got through this. I'm trying to water myself some back a little bit. But yeah, that's gonna be where we end the stream. I'm gonna be going live, I guess, in a little over an hour. Play some Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm glad that people were able to stop by for a little bit to finish up that that mystery labyrinth. And yeah, I'm so excited to see where this game. I'm loving this so much. It's like, part of me had been worried I was gonna be disappointed because I was so excited for it to be like, you know, spiritual successor to Danganronpa, whatever. But like, it does feel like it's scratching that same itch, and it's making me so happy. But yeah, anyways, I am gonna go eat some food because I've not yet eaten today. I'm going to go try and prepare myself for whatever happens in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not gonna thank for that kind of. It doesn't happen. For sure, I'm glad that I could be. I mean, I've said it before, and I will say it forever. Having someone be a lurker is honestly kind of a compliment to me because I end up being a lurker whenever it's somebody who like I'm watching them while I'm going to bed, or like I'm watching them while I'm eating or whatever. And so I just assume that, or like people who are doing art as well, I know do that sort of thing, and it's just always very flattering to me. So yeah, I appreciate whether you're a lurker, whether you're chatting, whether you've been here the whole time for a little bit of it, whether you're watching this as a VoD. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I will see you around, whether that's at the next stream or anywhere else. Okay.